WJBW is made possible by sausage. Stick one in your mouth.
Hey, all you racists out there, you should not be listening to our show because we do not like you. JB Retro.
Next.
Bob Leamy is the one guy that I know that has a drill bit big enough to do a big, nice glory hole at any truck stop he goes to.
You're very silly. You know that. It's silly, man.
Nope. Fastest man to woman. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't listen to some of our podcasts.
That's where it's at.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, some people are into that. I know there's a website.
Fucking asinine.
Some shit like that. You gotta do the Rocky Mountain Ride.
Big disco.
Boy. Ain't everybody good at Rocky Mountain Ride?
Yeah, I like it.
What do you know? We're back. JB Rev Show. It's me, Reverend, over here. JB, what's going on?
What's up? We are set up live inside of
Dude.
Stonewall Bar, Orlando. This place is badass. I never knew it was here. But
You've never been here before?
We are here. No, I have not. We have the owner, Taylor Bullock, with us. And what's up? And Tommy Mott. Tommy Mott. You're managing. You're the owner. You're the manager owner. You're sharing it. What is it?
GM.
Okay.
He's
We
the
don't
GM.
know. He's the GM. We are inside of Stonewall Bar, Orlando. It's the JB Rev Show. I am JB Webb. That's the Reverend right over there across the way. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I am doing well. Thank you. We have a special guest a little later that's going to join us. Probably
We'll see.
8 o'clock hour.
My old roommate, by the way. Did you know
Eric
that?
Rawlings.
Eric Rawlings used to be my roommate.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had him in studio quite a while ago,
right.
but he's got something really super important to talk about, and we're going to hear that with him
It
a
would be
little bit
his
later.
ego, I'm sure.
It will, yeah.
Just kidding.
So,
no,
of
Eric
course,
is awesome.
After this is our last live remote out, so we're hoping to see some of our friends here, and we're making new friends as well. And this
especially.
is a great
Who'd
place.
you meet in the bathroom?
Well, their beer selection is really great here. I'll talk about that later.
Yeah, bet you
Can
will.
I talk about that a little later?
All right.
Anyway, their beer, their whole selection of drinks and everything is a full liquor bar.
Yeah,
right.
full
Full
liquor.
liquor bar, and we. Yeah, so we've got some samples, we got some stuff we're trying out, but hanging out inside of this place, man, and we're right kind of up on the stage. Now, what normally goes on up here? Are there like solo, like drag performers? What goes on up here,
dude,
Tommy?
let me
on
tell
the
you
stage. What else? Yo, you're gonna tell me? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you.
Tell
Because
me.
remember, we're supposed to talk amongst ourselves here for a minute, and then we'll go to our guests.
Oh, okay.
Hey, remember that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that
I
part?
was just trying to bring
All right.
them in as soon as we
Yeah,
could.
right
Okay.
away.
All right,
I
bring
saw
them right
it.
in.
That's great. So, because you've never been here before,
Yeah.
why I don't understand that. But I've been here many times. Tommy Mott has been here for at least a year now, I think. And this place has been blowing up, dude. So I guess we'll go ahead and.
Well, you know who was
yeah,
recently
so,
here? Is
yeah.
this where Justin Cymbal performed?
Yeah.
Star Daddy? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Badass. Okay.
Yeah.
So we
And
are up
DJ
on the
Swamp,
stage.
by
Swamp
the
was
way.
up here?
And David J. from Bauhaus and Little
Yeah.
Oh,
Rockets.
damn.
Yeah. And Lisa's coming here.
Yeah, and maybe that'd be an awesome way to start. I'm
Boy
excited
Harsher.
to learn more about Taylor
Boy
for
Harsher,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah, but I want let's go right to Tommy because you've been charged kind of bringing some new music in here, saying, hey, it's a venue for everybody,
Hey, man,
right?
it's a venue, man.
I mean, well, before that, yeah. I mean, you with the Space Bar and other great places, you would bring a lot of great entertainment into Orlando, a little like cool stuff.
Yeah, let's talk about the other great places.
So but coming here though. Now you've been here quite a while, and you're bringing in some great. So name some of the folks that you have had in through here recently.
We just did that.
I know.
We just did that.
What are you trying
Boy
to
Harsher.
You want to hear a funny story?
I'm going to
Yeah,
cut
Taylor.
Taylor. Please,
Okay, so-
Taylor, save
So
us.
let me just tell you.
Yeah.
Don't tell the story.
I'm not going to tell
Yeah.
the story, not just yet. Maybe
right,
a little
let's-
later.
okay.
But Tommy and I have a very long history. We've worked at same places together, and we've
Okay.
kind of
Oh,
run into the
see?
same crowds for a long time.
Okay.
We were never very close though. I knew him. He didn't really know me. I was kind of probably nothing to him. But
Yeah.
is that right, Tommy?
Yeah, with his ego.
Probably. Yeah.
My ego was in
So-
the way
Yeah,
of our
totally.
friendship.
It's like, man, I fucking own Spacebar, bro. Who are you? What do you want?
I'm talking way
No,
before
this
that.
is like Edge.
Okay.
So
Edge,
I
not
was a bartender
okay.
there.
Okay.
You're a bartender at the Edge?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Really?
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That
So-
makes sense.
Old school.
I'm surprised we never, like...
We've talked about this so many times.
Okay, well, I don't remember
Well, we
much.
know why Jerry can't remember things. And
Yeah,
we'll
that's right.
forgive him
So,
for that.
all right. Thank you, Tommy.
Right.
I love you, buddy.
So, so Tommy went through his thing with Black Star and all of that nonsense over
yeah.
there.
Pick up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he just
Yeah.
stopped by here one day because I guess he'd been hearing some
Okay.
rumors that we were just a black club with a disco ball hanging in the middle of it, and he was intrigued and he
Yeah.
wanted to see it. So he came by, and I was upstairs. It was in the middle of the day, I think, right?
Yeah, it was daytime.
Because we had Taco China here at the time, and we were
really?
serving up there. And Jay Skinner, by the way, who is an awesome DJ in town.
Right,
He's
right.
the first DJ at Big Bang,
Yep.
wasn't he?
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
That brings back memories. Big
Right?
bang. Yeah.
So I know, yeah.
So the
So
Firestone too, and I mean just
And
yeah.
he was nominated
Orlando's-
as Best DJ for a while.
while he was here, he was, yeah,
Right,
almost
yeah.
every year,
Right.
yeah.
What?
So he comes running up to me,
Yeah.
and he's like, Tommy Mott is in the building, and I think you should come talk to him. And I'm thinking, what? Can I cuss?
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
yeah.
What the fuck
Yeah.
is Tommy Mott doing here?
Right.
Is he? Because I didn't
What
know that.
in the fuck?
Because I didn't know that you were still you weren't over
Because
there
of the whole
anymore.
Black Star thing.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were like sending creepers over here and like trying to poach our
Yeah.
That wasn't me, though. That was
our
other people.
our employees.
And check this out. I do know this because me and Tommy
no.
are such good friends. Tommy found out from the creeper that Jam was sending over here that he told him, was like, yeah, it's just fucking this black fucking box with a disco ball. Right, that was appealed to Tommy right away. He was like,
Yeah.
dude, that's where I want to be.
Yeah,
And he-
people that I have no respect for described this place as a black box with
Yeah.
a disco ball, and,
And he
I
was
just
like,
felt compelled to come.
Oh
see
my
it.
god, yeah,
Yeah.
So
true
I come
story.
down here.
That is a true story.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
mean,
know it all
for
is,
theater
yeah.
people, that's everything you want.
Because you even said it.
Right?
You're right. You're
I mean, that's
absolutely right. A blank slate.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So I like come down here. I'm like, what? He's in the DJ booth. I'm like, what the hell? What are they doing now? You know.
Oh my god.
So Tommy gives me like a little like, can I say that? Are you okay with me talking about this? I should have
yeah.
asked first, I guess.
I don't remember. I don't know what you're going to
So
say.
anyway.
I just remember we had
he
drinks.
no, that was later.
Yeah.
So he
All right.
said, listen,
Okay.
I want to hear this.
All
This
right.
is good.
you know, this is what
Juicy.
I've heard about this place. This is where I worked.
Yeah.
This is the people that I worked with. This is my experience with that. And I think this is cool.
Yeah.
You think
Yeah.
you think I could come over here and fill some of your nights up, maybe?
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't know. It's fucking Tommy Mott.
Tommy Mott.
You know,
The
whole
legend.
oh, it's Tommy Mott.
No, what?
So,
Wow.
Should never have let me in the door.
so I told him to come back. I told him to come back 2 days later
Right.
while we were not open, and
Okay.
we could like hang out.
Okay.
And we fucking started talking and listening to really good music and bonding and drinking.
Yeah.
Right?
Jaeger.
Yeah.
Jaeger
Yeah.
in the afternoon.
Oh boy, that'll
That'll always
And,
get
and
bring people
realize that
close.
we were
Think it's nighttime.
kind of kindred souls, especially in the music industry
Cool.
like, aspect of things. So
Yeah.
So we're speaking
So
with
that's kind of where it
The
just
next
got-
day, I called them the
Bubbled
owner,
up.
and I'm like, we have to hire this guy.
We gotta get this guy
Yeah,
here.
Yeah.
we're speaking with Taylor Bullock and Tommy Mott,
Yep.
and we're here at Stonewall.
That's right.
This is JB Rev show.
It is.
So we're kind of crossing over back and forth.
Yeah, no, but I like the insightful of the story because as
Yeah.
people, know
awesome.
here in Orlando, there's a lot of great collaborations that happen, right? And I think this is one of the great ones.
So how long
yeah.
ago was this? I mean, how long you been here now, Tommy?
About 1 year now. Sometime this summer will be kind of like a year.
It's just
Okay.
over a year.
Started doing parties and then just decided to come on and
Right on.
and like book other nights and try to get bands and other
Right.
DJs and other things going on. I will say we both kind of have the same vision as far as
Being
queer
successful.
space, LGBT, allies,
yeah,
friends,
Right,
a
yeah.
very inclusive and open type of venue for
everybody.
younger people.
Everyone who's not an asshole.
Well, and that's
Right.
how,
Basically.
that's everywhere.
That's
in
how
a,
it should be
in a big
everywhere.
metropolitan city.
okay, so
So that's awesome.
Think that the fact that gay spaces or gay bars had to be segregated for so long,
Yeah.
my entire life set wrong with me.
Okay. Right.
I get that you want your comfortable space because you don't feel comfortable around certain things while you're doing it, but this is an old school mentality,
Right,
Because
right.
people because they're scared to be themselves in front of the mainstream society.
Yeah.
So
Strangers.
and strangers even.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm married to a man, and I go to a restaurant and I see heterosexual couples holding hands and kissing. I
Right.
certainly wouldn't do that in most places. So, I mean, I
Right.
understand the need to be just in your own safe space, but we also need to bring in our allies.
Yeah.
The people that have been asking to be at the party this whole time, the people that have been fighting for us,
Yeah.
we need to let them in the door. We don't need to shove them away.
And that's what you do. You do that here at Stonewall.
Absolutely. I like that.
Everybody's welcome,
That's-
and I
yeah.
love that. And like we were talking about, and I thought it was badass. The Reverend's like posting pictures with DJ Swamp and what's his name, Justin Symbol Star Daddy, and I'm just like, dude, that is awesome. That Orlando has a place that these guys like that can come. That they're traveling around the country. So I love that. What's the best way for people? We'll put a shout out there. If somebody's got some dark left of center, some obscure stuff, maybe not accepted everywhere. Tommy, what's a good email address for people to reach out to? Is it or Facebook? What's the best way?
Facebook is definitely easy, the
Right.
easiest way.
And let's
then,
talk about that
Yeah.
because this venue is available for if you've got an act or if you've got some sort of entertainment to provide.
Well,
this is a great venue
yeah,
to
it
do
could
that
be
in.
like a gathering, or you
gathering.
want to do a gathering of like-minded people. Like, I mean, I first came up to this stage, and I'm like, dude, this is like a badass like poetry stage or like single musician,
Right.
kind of thing. But there is plenty of room up here for a performance. But
that's where Justin Symbol was up at.
So
And
yeah,
Boy
the
Harsher.
Facebook page is definitely an easy spot to
Okay.
start, and then Stonewall Shows at Gmail is a
Stonewallshows at
yeah,
gmail.com.
Stonewall Shows at
That's a
Gmail.
good
Yeah.
booking email.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Are you looking around here in Orlando? Orlando's a kind of eclectic town.
Yes, we are.
We're always looking.
You like kind of like-minded, like synth pop. I saw you did some dark wave stuff over here. Some really cool, like I said, left to center kind of
We're
stuff.
definitely falling into the electronic minimal synth vibe
Okay.
on Fridays, especially, and
Which is
more
Funhouse
of those
Fridays,
shows. Funhouse
right?
Fridays, yeah.
Okay.
So you'll be able to hear video. We have video nights and synth nights, industrial nights, all left of center, dark.
Yeah.
Right.
Dark, gothy, fun, awesome music. that
So
we used to
even
listen to.
tonight, you got a drag show going on tonight, right?
Yeah, tonight we have
Dragula?
Creature Features. Two of the TV stars from Dragula doing the party.
Really? So one of their names is the Blacks because I remember
Black House.
Black House, and then Victoria Lynn Black, or
Victoria Elizabeth Black.
Victoria Elizabeth Black, who I met last time I was here, DJing for what was I here DJing for? Oh, for Justin Symbol, and they performed actually.
You
And they
opened
were
up for
awesome.
DJ Swamp. What's the matter with you?
I don't remember.
Don't
That's
remember that?
Like
I
But-
just mentioned it
all that Jameson.
earlier. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, is this a place
I'll
where
pay
people?
for it.
Now we're sitting in the stage, and there's a place right above it where it's like a clear glass steel beam looking thing. What is up with that? Is that like for stuff going on? What happens?
Yeah, we do stuff up there sometimes. Like
Wow, that's-
on Latin night on Saturday nights, we've had live percussionists up there playing on
Really?
top of the DJs.
That's dope.
We have some
There's
of
a
our
jacuzzi up there too,
It's
right?
like, hold on, I'm going to get out of my seat. Hold on, I'm going to go look at it because it looks like a cage, like you're saying, almost like a.
Wait,
It is. It's
There's no jacuzzi.
yeah.
There used to be
And
one
there-
up there, right?
There's no
There's
jacuzzi.
a little
no,
mini
no.
pool
a mini pool
for mermaids and mermen.
merman.
pretty
Yeah,
Then,
which
well,
Christian
above,
Kelty.
above that is the actual pool, but
What?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a pool
Pool
up there,
in here?
man.
not anymore. It's a factory default, and it cracked, and now it's
Oh my
it's
god,
empty right now, but it's going to be
What
replaced.
kind of
very
Now
mess
it's a
did that
lawsuit.
make?
Oh, now it's
Wow,
okay.
it cracked and like just
They're going to.
hatched down.
Punk rock band is going to play in the pool.
Wow,
BMX.
I really
Was it the
kind of
merman
want to
that
turn
cracked
it
it?
into an ant farm.
really?
That would be pretty awesome to watch.
Tommy
actually.
wants to turn it into a skating rink and put his
Yeah, ice skating, right?
yeah. Oh, ice skating.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
You can't.
He's
skate.
changed his MO.
No,
Great
he has.
idea.
He's not covert no more. What is
Always.
what is that?
I think Tommy softened up a
natural-
little bit. in his-
Always
It's a
covert.
natural organic. But yeah, that of course is a mention of the skate shop, the T-shirt and skate shop. You still do T-shirts and stuff like that? Tom?
Yeah, actually, I am.
Please evolve.
I love your branding
Please
stuff,
evolve.
dude. Yeah.
Trying
It's so great.
Yeah.
Right?
It really is.
It's it's pretty good actually. It is pretty good. I will.
It is, man. I almost wore
like
my.
it.
I love it when he agrees.
I almost
Yeah,
wore
that's
my
good.
Please Evolve
No,
shirt.
it is awesome.
Yeah.
But the DCD one.
No.
What?
I almost wore my Please Evolve shirt, which is that awesome brand of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was this close to wearing it, but like I said, the DCD.
Oh,
one.
you wore your Dead Can Dance shirt
Yeah.
instead. Oh, I thought you were
Which
saying
is
something
so
sarcastic.
fucking bad. So awesome.
Thanks. Joe. I wore it for you, really.
So, all right. So let's do this. I want to kind of dive into your background because,
Let's
from
dive
what I
into it.
understand,
That's me, Taylor.
You're a musician. Taylor, you're a musician, right?
I am.
Yeah, let's do the proper intro.
And I don't have it queued up. I had to switch my boards out. But we do
Okay,
have a
Mr.
local legend
Professional.
session. Let's see.
Yeah.
We do have a.
Oh, wait.
Is it one of my songs?
Do you have the Tommy Mott?
I
you have
do.
the-
Wait, you want to hear that first?
here
Or-
we go.
Yeah.
We'll close
because-
out with that. All right, hold on.
Wait, before you start it, let me tell you about this because Tommy came up with such a great idea, and man, for a while there, it sold like hotcakes. But because there was too much corn syrup in it or something, it just
Yeah.
didn't work out.
Okay.
But these fucking all the hottest moms in Orlando were fucking all eating this shit, and it was more popular than White Claw
Eating what?
for a little while. Fucking tots, tater tots.
Here we go. All right.
Fucking tater tots. Listen to this. You'll
Tommy
understand.
Mott's Mommy Tots.
Yeah. Okay. Just play it.
Tommy Mott's Mommy Tots. The tater tots, the hot mom. Tommy Mott's Mommy Tots. So good, you're gonna wanna pop them in your mouth. Tommy Mott's Hot Mommy Tots. Available in stores everywhere. Tommy Mott's Mommy Tots. The tater tots for hot moms.
That's why it failed.
There you go. Tommy Mott's Mommy Tots.
And then I did Please Evolve.
What was that?
Yeah, he went right into Please Evolve.
All right.
And it Please Evolve to
Local legend.
corn dogs. That's his next step. He's evolving from
We got a
tater
local
tots
legend session.
to corn dogs.
Taylor Bullock. And he is a proprietor here
Yeah, well, come on.
of Stonewall Bar,
How rude is
Orlando.
that?
And I think
Tommy
they're over a
Mott.
decade old. We're going to find out a whole lot more about
Yeah.
him and his background, which I believe he has musical background.
Yeah, he plays the
and we do a local legend.
Triangle.
People 20 plus years pushing something
a
forward
woodblock.
in a community, in a scene, Central Florida, Orlando, whatever it may
One for
be.
him, too.
And
All right.
thank you.
And,
And
You don't even
so
know what you're talking
congratulations. We dub you our humble little
Yeah, we're
title
gonna all
local
do a
legend.
little-
We're
what-
doing
what
a
is this
shot of
here?
whatever you're
Cheers.
giving us. You're giving us
Cheers,
a shot.
cheers.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
It's going to be whiskey.
What kind of whiskey is this?
Bullet.
Bullet.
Just
All right.
do it. Just do it.
now.
Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's really. Now, am I tasting chocolate? Should I be tasting chocolate?
You should.
I think you're tasting
Some
whiskey.
hints of chocolate, a little burnt sandwich.
Is it
I'm
a little bit of burnt sandwich, a little bit of prison sandal in there. You know, prison sandalwood they call it. Anyway, no, that's.
Man.
Because of sandalwood.
So this place has an upstairs, and we're going to get into Stonewall Bar, Orlando. We love to learn about people.
Mr. Rawlings just walked in.
Let's give us your. Hey,
guy.
there it is. Eric Rawlings walking in. Grab yourself a drink, sir. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome. All right. So let's concentrate on you, Taylor, because I love the fact that you. Have quietly, consistently pushed forward. Orlando, we've talked about it for years. It's a great place. And it was probably Wanzi, I think, that told us, back when things used to be different, it was really the brotherhood of the gay community that makes Orlando have this awesome epicenter of people who care.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Do you? Yeah, so you see what I'm saying?
I do.
So peel
we call it
us
the
back-
gay mafia.
Yeah, okay. Well, see, I'm not going to fight with that. But so
Better not.
that kind of is a history, that we've uncovered, we've learned over the years. So give us your background. You grew up here in Orlando? Were you born in
No,
Florida?
I grew up in North Florida.
This is
Okay.
a great story, by the
Okay.
way.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, well, and the reason why you came to Orlando is a good story.
So I grew up around Tallahassee, in the swamps outside of Tallahassee, actually. And
DJ Swamp was there
Yeah.
spinning records.
Yeah, well, I was actually just playing the piano, listening to the rainfall. But anyway, so I ended up in an electronic band up there called
Okay.
2 Minutes Till Dark.
2 Minutes Till Dark.
Then a Magica, and we got signed by Cram Records.
Okay.
And moved down here, and I'd wonder what the big
You were like-
crescendo is. So we came down here. We recorded a couple of records. We got
Okay.
some attention. Cram went under. Ended up at a subsidiary of Transcon, which was Diva Records, and just started kind of being slave writers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that transcontinental name, that's not a good
yeah.
association, right? But
So ever since then, we just kind
option-
of went underground.
Well, but the option to kind of do that, how would you classify the music? Electronic, deep?
It was definitely electronic soul.
And this would have been
Yeah.
98.
It was 96.
Oh, 96.
Yeah, 90.
Oh, cool. So electronic soul, was it kind of like a little bit of, who do we just talk? Tortured Soul recently?
We did talk Tortured Soul.
More heavy on the electronics,
Yeah,
maybe? Okay.
and also very kind of dreamy and funky.
Okay.
We had
Well,
actually had kind of
shoegaze was going on at that time,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
So you had,
yeah.
you had a lot of that kind of filtering through in the mainstream, but what was the band's name?
well in Magica, and then we changed
Magic-
to I'm sorry, 2 Minutes Till Dark. Then we changed to a Magica whenever we got signed to Cram.
Okay.
And then we put records out under Acadian. We had to do all kinds of different things to get our music out because we didn't have we weren't supposed to be putting it
There
out.
was nothing, yeah. Oh, yeah. Plus there was nothing, right? I
Yeah.
mean, unless you got something in a magazine or
Yeah.
somebody wrote something, saw you.
Magazine.
Oh yeah, we
Well,
were
yeah.
in Access.
Lots of local
Access
rap.
was blowing
Remember
up.
Tabula Rasa?
Remember
back
Jam?
in the day?
Jam magazine?
Tabula Rasa.
Man, I got like 4 jammies in my fucking closet.
Damn, son, the
Yeah,
jammies.
that's right, bitch. Got 4 jammies in my closet.
So in saying that, you started heavily in music. Do you still doing music today? You still kind of current with it?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know if I'm current, but I still do it.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Well, you still keep practicing.
Fucking with
Oh,
that.
You still
absolutely.
keep
Yeah,
doing
I have a
stuff.
studio in my house, and
Oh, that's perfect.
I do
What?
remixes for people like.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I write music for other performers, and I write a lot of stuff for myself. My project right now is called Pressure Kitten, and you can find
Oh,
us
really?
on
really?
any of the sites.
Really?
Yeah.
Like-
I can go look Shopify. Listen to me.
yeah, Spotify, yeah,
What's
Pressure-
it called?
Pressure Kitten. Yeah,
PettyKitty.com. So you're on
Pressure
there?
Kitten.
Petty Kitty.
If you want to get in touch with me, it's at pressurekittenmusic.com.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
awesome. But you're on
plug.
Spotify and all that?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
All right,
A
I'm
very
gonna follow
small
you.
select
This what
stuff
I-
is on there. Yeah.
I'm learning all kinds of shit right now.
Hold on, wait. Let's
I
go.
just thought you were cool.
Here's
I
one.
didn't know you were
Need that
cooler.
bass. Wait, featuring Shamrock.
Yeah, Shamrock won that White Rapper show.
Oh shit!
He actually won the show. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Is this
you
the
were
one
like.
with the video?
You got that?
Is this the one with the video?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a video for this. Too.
It's
really
called
funny.
Need That Bass. Need That Bass.
It's super.
Oh,
fun.
dude, I didn't know it was like that. I'm expecting like a little.
I like retro stuff, man.
That's cool,
Yeah, dude.
I'm not going to step on any of those lyrics or anything. I wanted to get a little sample. Well, we do an original music show where
Well,
we play
that's
people's
actually
original
my
music.
revelation today.
Oh, what?
The Pressure Kitty.
No, you had
Well,
something.
there's
else.
more
Kid.
on there.
I know. Well, that's my,
Oh wait, there you go.
me
What's
my,
it? Here's another one.
my revelation.
Oh, so that's really ethereal, kind of.
It's very ominous,
Oh.
ethereal,
See, I was expecting
sinister.
more like this.
He's singing too.
I played every instrument on this, actually.
Oh, damn. Well, we're not going to step on your sounds, but I'm glad you
How
have
many
discovered
instruments
it.
is that?
I just followed it.
I
It
heard
was
the tuba.
Pressure
I heard the
kitten,
violin.
Pressure kitten anywhere
I
you
think
got.
the triangle was kicking.
You got internet. The triangle.
Triangle's very hard to play.
wood
by
block
the way.
was going off. And of course, you know,
So,
cowbell.
so were you classically kind of trained as a musician, or what was before the actual band?
I
were
took.
you?
Well, I mean, I studied music my whole life ever
You
since
did?
I was a child.
Oh.
Yeah, and all through up until high school. Whenever it came to college, I decided to go into my family business, which was what my family did, was landscape architecture.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
I started going to school for that. And in the midst of all of that, I got signed by Cram Records down here.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, look,
Look, man.
I know you want to do that.
Do your
I know
thing.
you don't want to do this.
He was
go
like,
do that.
go do
Are
your
you going
thing.
to kill
Yeah.
weeds or are you going to make me
Put
Yeah.
the mulch down
You
and
just-
walk
yeah.
away. Yeah.
You can go
He wanted you. Yeah, do your thing. That's awesome.
Yeah. So then I moved down here.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I
So-
thought when we talked that, like, wasn't Billy kind of an inspiration for you?
You
to
talking
come
about
down
Billy
there?
Maines?
Yeah.
Okay, so I met Billy Maines in probably 1989,
Okay.
88, 89,
Right.
in the mall in Tallahassee.
All right.
And we became quick friends, and we
Right.
became best friends, and we stayed very... he was best friends with everyone,
Right.
So
Yeah,
he
there's no
had
doubt.
that kind of personality.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But we lived together back then. We
In
hung out,
Tallahassee.
like,
Oh,
in
really?
Tallahassee even,
Right.
yes.
Oh,
and
shit.
when he finally...
This is a story I know about him coming to Orlando, by the way.
So...
Right?
Yes. So I moved down to Orlando because I got signed to this record label.
Right.
Billy ended up moving up to, I think, Philadelphia because it was close to New York because he wanted to be a successful journalist.
Right.
And he got a job up there. He hated it. So Colin Moore, who I lived with at the time, who was also in the bands with me. He's
Okay.
a lawyer down here now. We told Billy, just come, because he was so... Billy always had this obsession with fucking suicide. Do you know this about him?
I did
do.
not.
I do.
He always had an
Yeah.
obsession with suicide. He told me that if he was not at a certain point in his life, by the time he was 25, he was going to kill himself.
Right.
He told me that from the time he was 18. He did.
I know.
He's also a very stubborn guy. So I was worried about. Anyway, so he moved down here, moved in with us, and
Right.
I brought Billy to Orlando.
So you brought Billy to Orlando.
I did.
That's
Yes.
what. Okay, so I had it
That's
backwards.
where he
I had-
was all.
So let me tell
That's
you
why
something.
I don't want to go any more into that because it's
Yeah.
so sad. But
Yeah.
Okay,
you know,
But I got to tell you,
Yeah,
Taylor,
I did.
and this is why we connected right away. Not only, but there were times that I would sit when I was managing Will's Pub in the middle of the day when I'm doing the beer inventory, that he was sitting at the end of the bar, and that's when me and Billy
while
really
he was
bonded.
working at,
Uh,
he was selling ads for the Weekly.
That's right.
'Cause I used to meet him up
right.
there.
Yes, exactly.
Which is
right.
where I first met
and
you.
I think he was. Is it when you first met me? I see. I don't remember that, obviously. And he was also. Was he working at Barnes and Noble yet? No, I don't think so.
He wasn't at that point.
Okay,
no.
so he was just at the Weekly. So that's when when you just you made me remember about his suicide talk a lot.
he had a pact.
He
had a
did,
pact
yeah.
with himself that he
Yeah.
would, if he
And it
didn't make it at this,
right.
like this, he didn't make this at this. It just goes back to his abuse as a child,
Right, yeah.
Which is something that Eric's going to talk about. That the whole conversion
Right.
thing.
Well,
but-
that's a great
Eric
tie-in
Rawlings
for
we're talking
later.
about, by the
Yeah,
way.
Eric Rawlings we've got queued up for a
Who
little
we're
bit
looking
later,
at right
talking
now.
about the fact that you can still in Orange County is because conversion therapy is still legal. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Right.
But right now, talking with Taylor Bullock about kind of little past experience, and that's great. I know Billy
But
used to
that's-
come over to his house and
our
hang
bond.
out.
Me and Taylor clicked.
I kind of just knew him tangentially, or if that's the right word, but I've had a couple great conversations with him, and yeah, that guy was just every ounce of Orlando. He represented everything Orlando was.
So
And
thank
He
you for
did.
bringing
we
him.
severely miss, yeah,
That's
we
like-
severely miss him
That's
as
so.
as it is. But yeah, thanks for bringing him
Because
to
of Taylor
Orlando.
that he's here.
Well,
We came here.
Yeah, local
And
legend
look,
for
I
sure.
mean, yeah. That's
So-
dude.
In saying all of that, you kind of moved up. You were like, "Hey, okay, I'm doing the
Don't make me
band
cry.
thing now." You're moving away from music. How did the involvement with Stonewall come in, or what happened in between those two little chunks?
I just was that typical cliche where I was doing music and trying to do that, but then paying my
Yeah.
bills with bartending,
Right. Okay.
and
Yeah.
so much money with bartending. Sometimes,
Yeah. Oh my
you know?
God. Yeah.
So, I mean, the story could
It
go
just
on
kinda
and on and on and on. But
naturally-
basically, I just after the big letdowns with the music industry,
Yeah.
and
Right,
trying to
right.
go on our own here. and underground,
Yeah.
we went really underground and just started,
What year
trying
was
to
that? That was like then
survive.
2000s
Yeah,
kind
it
of.
was in the
Yeah, it was
2000s,
rough
yeah.
in the 2000s for music, right? If you weren't doing, if you weren't doing any kind of DJ house stuff, it
Yeah.
was kind of like Orlando was a little bit. But they did have like the Sister Hazel, the little bands like that, Matchbox 20 crap,
Yeah.
that all came
Anyway,
through
yeah.
here. But
The death of Orlando's music
but
scene.
there was also, you said Death. Now Death is an Orlando band. You've heard of Death? No, like they're fucking
All right.
serious. No,
Let's
they
go
are.
back.
Anyway,
I want to get up to where you are now, and how what got you into where you are now, and this whole thing, because you said you were bartending for a while. I mean,
Yeah, so
how
I've been
long- and how
I've
long
been a
have you
bartender
here?
and a promoter around town since the 90s.
Right.
And then I don't know, Steven, the owner of Stonewall, Stephen Watkins, contacted me and he wanted me to come by and take over a couple of the nights here. And I really didn't want to do it.
Right. But then you did, and you did.
But
a
then I
kick-ass
did,
job,
yes.
and then
one thing led to another, and next thing you know, I'm the GM.
Right on. And sorry about the earlier, whatever. So, but
Well, there's
so-
a little bit of truth to some of that.
Right,
But
so you're
nothing
kinda-
anybody needs to know.
right on, and that's fine. So, how long have you been here now?
Since 2012.
Wow, I didn't even know that. That's fucking 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and I can see by you shaking your head. You're like, wow, 7 years. Does it seem like it's been 7 years?
Yes.
Or 15 years. Yeah.
I've been here a year, and it seems like 7 years.
Listen, this
Well, you were a Black Star, and that was like 20 years, right?
That was 20 years.
Yeah,
this is the thing with this establishment, as far as I'm concerned.
right.
It's a really cool spot run by nice, awesome people with
Right.
a great staff and really good drink specials.
Right.
The big problem is that this part of town is not accessible to mainstream yet. So
Yet. Being a key
and-
word.
it's coming. It's coming.
It's been coming.
But I've been called a Paramore pioneer so many times because we've been here
Yeah.
for so long doing this and struggling in this neighborhood and also trying to give back to the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Well-
Not trying to.
I heard you just trying to get the blackout. Huh? Nah, just kidding.
What?
A Paramore Pioneer.
Why would you say that? No.
such a-
Well,
they're
that's
working with
what
us-
someone. That's what I've been called that like 3 or 4 times.
See, and
Wow,
that's why
such a
I'm-
crazy
and
thing to
it's
say.
so well. No, but and obviously it's not.
But
true.
now all this stuff is coming.
Well, it
down
kind
here.
of touches
Like,
a
yeah.
nerve to a degree where this was a barren wasteland, and then all of a sudden we're
And we were
we're
here.
building around here.
Right.
Yeah. So
Don't
I mean, it does
be
kind of
so
touch a
defensive
nerve.
with- I'm just
That's all
you
of
know,
Orlando, though.
living
All over.
Well,
It's any city.
I
Any
think that
city.
goes
It
to
sucks,
say
but-
that a place like Stonewall doesn't look at that. It doesn't matter.
And do you
your
understand why I brought it
color.
up
Oh,
like that?
no.
It
It
does
doesn't.
not matter. Yeah, and it goes back to the earlier. Come in here, have fun, experience.
Yeah.
Well, is-
the
Isn't that kind of like a? Should I
Mo-
even say this?
Yeah,
Isn't
No,
that what?
please.
Isn't that what happens in cities? Gay people go into neighborhoods
Right.
and buy things
Right.
and
and make
renovate
it better.
them and make
it better,
make
yeah.
them a little more
it's
prosperous.
what
and-
yes, it's a good.
That seems to be
it's
a
It's
stereotype.
a good
yeah.
stereotype. Yeah, that's
It
a
is.
good one.
We're
It's
not
either the gay guys
profiling.
or the cool kids.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, and
it's
then
like,
there's the
you know,
West Arts District, right?
It's beautiful.
Right
Yes,
over
yes,
here.
yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Thank you,
so that
Tommy.
way.
I'm pointing in the right direction. Tommy got my GPS. He's got me navigated right. Yeah, down here, West Arts District, and they're doing all these beautiful murals and everything. And now you've got the soccer stadium,
And we've got the
Amway.
college.
I mean,
The college. The students are moving in this week.
That's right.
The UCF. That's right.
So, that
Downtown
being
campus.
said,
oh my God,
This neighborhood is
This-
developing around your bar,
it is
Yeah,
really.
which
Yep.
has been here.
It really
and
has.
you've been here for 7 years.
Yeah.
That was my point, Taylor.
The bar's been here for 12
not
years.
get the blackout.
bar-
Hello.
The bar would
like,
get the blackout.
I'm trying to.
Nobody's.
So understand. But wait. The reason I say that is because a lot of people, stupid people, think that way. And it's like, that's not how it is at all.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to make
No, you're right.
the listener understand what it's all about.
You're
it's
right.
not like
It wasn't
these
a Trumpy statement. I got you.
It wasn't preconceived notions. Oh, dude, are you kidding? Of course it wasn't a Trump.
I
time.
know.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help people
You
understand.
only supported him the first year.
That is so fucked up. Oh my god.
Yeah, I
I'm
never
messing with
supported
him.
him. No.
So to get the blackout reminds me of that whole thing, "Pray the Gay Away."
Oh,
which
which I'm glad you brought
that's
that
a great
up.
segue.
Eric.
I'm really glad you brought that up. Eric
Well-
used to be my roommate, and he prayed the gay away out of me. Mm-hmm. And
I heard about that. I heard it was real sticky.
Yeah, we
It
have
was
video.
really
I saw the
sticky.
video. Actually,
It was
of
so
doing
sticky.
that. Okay.
I heard after that y'all stopped ordering out cheese.
he played the gay away.
He is just flambeing you over there, Eric.
I know Eric
Anyway,
is like
don't
pointing
worry.
at me.
Uber
like,
Eats
yeah,
was like,
pointing
"We're not
at-
delivering any more cheese to your house.
No more cheese.
No more.
Oh.
Especially not the soft kind."
There was no Uber or anything like that
yeah.
when me and Eric were roommates.
Yeah,
That
when
was like in
that,
the-
the Reverend? What year?
That was in the
was that?
91, 92.
Can I ask a
Last week.
question?
Okay.
Did Eric pray it out of you?
Oh,
Was it kind of like sucking the poison out? Did they like make the
No,
cuts?
that's
and
right.
nothing like that. You know, I'm gonna have when Eric comes over here, I'm gonna have Eric sit where Tommy is because you need to be part of this because you'll be blown away with some of this. Tommy already knows these stories, but
Oh, well, Mike is still going to be here for the Eric part?
would you mind? Yeah, like
you can hang out for sure. We got 4 mics.
We got 4 microphones.
oh, great.
We are set
Yeah.
up inside of Stonewall
We can all
Bar,
be here.
Orlando.
I'll put Eric right here next to
local
me.
legend, freshly dubbed
Let's
local
take a little
legend
break and bring in Eric.
session with Taylor Bullock. Tommy Mott, we appreciate you so much. We love your association with what you're doing here
We're
at
not done with
Stonewall.
you yet either, Taylor.
And yeah, Taylor, you can hang out. We'll try to do a little. What we're gonna do though is play Pressure Kitchen. Hold on.
Hey, what song are you going to play?
Pressure Kitchen.
How about what song do you want us to play?
I got Flight Risk.
And tell
wait,
tell us
what
Do
about
you
it.
have which flight risk? Do the Lift the Ground remix. It's so
okay,
good.
I see it. Flight.
Yeah, that's
Flight
Chris
Risk,
Marchese's
Lift
remix.
the Ground.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, we're
Wow.
gonna go
Yeah.
to a track from Pressure Kitten.
So let's talk about this. When did you do this? And
It's
you
been
know,
a few years back. I mean,
okay.
I have something new coming out by Halloween this year.
Oh, with this
Wow.
with this name?
Yeah.
With this art.
Mm,
Oh,
yep.
cool.
Mm,
Very cool. All right. Pressure Kitten. You gotta be able to say that.
Pressure kitten.
Thank you, Taylor, man. It was awesome learning about it. We would love your place
We're
here.
gonna be talking.
Really
Thanks.
appreciate it.
More
And you're
Taylor.
going to be here a little bit later. Yeah, we'll get a little loosey-goosey. But for right now, check this out. It is Pressure Kitten, Flight Risk, Lift the Ground remix featuring Shamrock. The JB Rev Show. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
This one's still my sunshine. Why you wanna steal my sunshine? I know I got the juice, but it's all mine. I know I got the juice, but I need mine. They say Sham got a hood vibe, but I just wanna feel those good vibes. Came up living that hood life, so all I want is a good night. So when I hit the flow, hit the dough, you better get right before I hit the road. All that time I be slow the road, bring it back to reality. Fuck that. Type wanna try me, conniving. It's not surprising. You see a young man who's rising, and I'm shining. Got timing, rocking the stage, rocking the mic, living my life. But you gotta earn these stripes. All I'm trying to do is keep it chill and make a feel. Scream that shit if you feel how I feel. Come to me with that static. I'm a flight risk, I'm a flight risk. Don't come in me with that drama. I don't like that shit, I don't like that shit. Shake it off. Shake it off, then take off, take off. Don't come in me with that static. I'm a flight risk, I'm a flight risk. Fuck that negativity, you're an enemy to my what I need every time you come around like. Fuck that. Take me back to the old me. What was that shit you told me? You don't want that drama, bruh. You don't want those problems, nah. Came a long way from the gangster route. Get your ass to the gangster out. ATL, I don't play about mine on the beach from the east when I'm on my grind. Don't come to me with that static. I'm a flight witch, I'm a flight witch. Don't come to me with that drama. I don't like that shit, I don't like that shit. I'ma shake it off, shake it off, then take off, take off. Don't come in me with that static. I'm a flight witch, I'm a flight witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn that
There we
mic
go.
up. All right.
Helps, yeah, it
it's
helps.
a JB Rev show.
Helps when the
We're here.
microphones are up.
Yeah, it
There you
does. We're here live at Stonewall. We were talking with Tommy Mott and Taylor Bullock earlier, and now we have an extra
Yes,
special
our
guest
scheduled
here.
guest. This is very cool because it has a deep, deep purpose, and we're so honored and privileged that he's been dubbed a local legend. He's coming back and hanging out and spending some time with us here inside of Stonewall. It's Eric Rawlings. How the hell you doing, brother?
Good, thanks.
Whoa.
How about this? How about this?
Taylor Swift?
How about this? Let's start again. Let's start again. Yeah, let's start again. How about this? How about I was introducing, and then you just took right over.
Oh,
and
I'm
then,
sorry. I'm just so used to doing it. I
yeah,
didn't know you wanted
well,
to be on top this
you
time.
Did. I said
okay,
on top.
Okay.
Yeah. You've always been my bottom boy. Don't you fucking forget
don't
it.
you innuendo
All right?
me. You're the bottom. Okay. Anyway,
so-
yeah, I'm inside of
Microaggressions.
I know my
Right?
my terms now. Yeah, him. Thank you, Tommy, for validating microaggressions.
We're here with Eric Rawlings.
There you go. Let's
Good,
get into that.
longtime friend of mine. I'm glad you're
Very
here,
long.
Eric. Thank you. You've been very busy this
Yeah,
week.
it's been-
And you've been on NPR this week. You've been on Real Radio this week. And now you're sitting here with us. And I thank you very much for that.
Thank you,
Eric.
Well, and thank you, and you've always been a great friend, and thank you guys for having me back.
Hell yeah,
man.
That last time we were talking about some environmental things that were
That's
going
right.
on
That's right.
that we ended up passing, and,
Yep.
and Orlando's better for it.
Absolutely.
And you've moved into a different position, I believe.
I ran for county. I ran for county
You were-
commissioner, and I did not make it to the runoff. But I was appointed by Congressman Soto to be his chairperson for energy and environmental.
Remarkable.
It is remarkable. That is amazing.
It really
It truly is.
It really
I
is
mean,
remarkable, Eric. I mean, you've done amongst all of our guests. I mean, you've really done some highly impactful things. You know, because we put a lot of praise on art, music, food, but the political activism, everything you've done here in Orlando and have spread out there for whether it's for the environment, for now we're going to talk a little bit about conversion therapy still being legal here in Orange County,
Right,
blows
believe it
people's
or
mind, and you know, and then
Crazy.
some other stuff down the line that you also were kind of tapped on the shoulder to do. So I hope you remember us. That's this guy's going to be. He's
How
gonna
could I
be,
ever
like,
forget
they're gonna
Jerry?
Take him
Jeez,
out.
you know?
Yeah.
Hello.
And Taylor. I mean, no. I mean,
You kind of need to be quiet for a little while. Why don't you turn your mic down?
Okay, I'll
Okay,
cut my
seriously.
mic.
We,
There we go. I'm cutting my
all
own
the
mic.
all the things that we're doing together. When you mention food and music and stuff like that, it's all intertwined. It's not like a separate
Right.
compartment. It's all for
Exactly.
expression and making this city as great as it can be.
Absolutely, Eric. And we were talking about this earlier with Taylor about how Taylor is the reason that Billy came down here, and Billy fell in love with our city.
He's talking about Billy Maines.
Yeah, of course, Billy Maines. Thank you, and you know how much she's done. And Eric, that's why I truly love you and have always loved you, is because you know you're making shit happen, you know, and I'm so proud to even call you a friend.
Second that.
You know, and seriously, I mean, the shit you do is.
But I don't
it's-
do it alone.
Of course,
you know, it's a.
but
it's
even
a
harder to
whole
get other
effort.
people to help you do shit, and that's the thing.
I think when you really educate people and you're passionate and you do things instead of telling people what they should be doing and you're shoulder to shoulder with them and you're
Right.
working together, it makes a difference than just saying this is what you ought to do. Say here, this is what I'm doing. Do you want to come with me tomorrow? And then it just builds up a huge communal thing. I mean, that started a long time ago when we were doing things in the 90s for LGBTQ rights,
Right.
for
Yep.
the way that the club scene started. I mean, there was a lot of pushback back in the day,
Yeah.
and we showed them the light, if you will.
I was
And-
right there with you.
I mean,
Dad.
just being gay alone makes you kind of an activist if you're of a certain age.
It, you know, absolutely it does, and it makes you very defensive as well. But you also want to be offensive. You know, it's hard to be like when people are coming down on you to be more positive. You know, I mean, in other words, you know, I'm a straight white guy, right? Apparently I've lived this privileged life. However, I surround myself with people that are knowledgeable, intelligent, and make a difference. And I'm so proud to call Taylor you as a friend, and obviously you, Eric. and it's who you surround yourself with. It's not about
You're more than straight and white. We can't look at things like that.
But you know what? I also think that when you're your authentic self and you're living your
Right, it
true
doesn't
life,
matter what you are.
then everybody else that
doesn't
you
matter
attract
what.
to
Right.
are common denominators, and
Exactly.
and then when you find common ground and you work through different things, that's how you get stuff done.
Right. Speaking of which, Eric Rollins we're speaking with. You've got shit coming up too. You're going up to Washington, or wait, no,
New York.
New York, yeah. But let's talk about why you're really here and why you've been on the radio all this week and what you're doing.
We got doing Rollins College on Thursday,
Nice.
and we got a couple press interviews. A couple years ago, it was brought to my attention through Equality Florida that conversion therapy, and if your listeners, if they're not familiar with conversion therapy,
Right.
you might have heard the tagline back in the day, "Pray the gay away."
Right.
And what that is that a lot of people that were very homophobic, that felt that they could, under certain extreme circumstances, whether that be a farm or a summer camp, as they call it,
Right.
Torture.
Torture camp,
Well, and
right?
and they
That's
well,
what it
and
sounds
first,
like.
and Taylor, that's so true that it's child abuse. So we call it conversion therapy, we call it reparative therapy. It's not that. It's child
brainwashing.
abuse.
Yeah.
It's child abuse.
Yeah.
Because if you
Emotional and physical.
Right, and right now in Orange County, it is still legal. Now, in 3 other counties, it is illegal, including Alachua. Alachua County banned it before we did. There's 18 other cities in the city of
You want to think it's just because we just didn't think about it because it wasn't happening, but that's not the truth.
Not at all.
and it's happening right now today. I mean, right here. There's places in Winter Park. For legal reasons, I don't want to start calling everybody out on
Right.
it.
Okay.
But there are protests, not with our specific group, but and our group includes Equality Florida, Orlando Youth Alliance, One Orlando Alliance, and Zebra Coalition. And
Right on.
and do you guys remember Exodus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 2 guys that were number 1 and number 2 in Exodus shut that shit down in 2013 because it was wrong.
Okay.
They're going to be here on Thursday, apologize
Here at Stonewall.
Here at Stonewall.
This Thursday.
They're here to apologize. That offer
Wow.
their 100% support. Randy Stevens
God.
is actually
That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's really when I came out of the closet, my dad and I were really close. But after I came out, he wasn't really the best dude in the whole world to hang out
Same
with.
here.
But now my dad, has been to Stonewall. So I mean, you got to give
awesome.
everybody a chance.
Yeah.
I mean and Randy, we met with Mayor Demings already a week ago Monday, or last Monday, and the some of the things that we were talking about. It really hits home because it's discrimination, and
Right.
and there's and we had everybody was around the table. We got a really positive feedback, but one of the things is like it's a lot of the stuff that I do, we get preempted by the state where they take away your ability to do what's right for your community locally.
Absolutely.
And that's why I'm
Right.
trying to move the needle as fast as we can before the next legislative session starts.
Which is when?
That is going to be this. The last 2 weeks in September are going to be the committee weeks.
Okay.
And then it starts earlier because it's going to be the 2020 election, and they want to go home and campaign. But I want to put this, and if you guys that are listening out there, if you live in Orange County, even if you don't, if you know somebody that was part of this horrible abuse or this conversion therapy, call your Orange County commissioner, call the Orange County mayor, Mayor Demings, and tell them that you want a ban.
Or even if you weren't involved,
And I want
still
to say-
recognize what's going on, you can still call and still put in. The more calls, the better.
Well, and two, I mean, I want to say, somebody who's being honest and says, "Hey, Dad or Mom, I might be gay," should not be penalized. Like, we're going to make you not that way.
Oh, by the way,
right?
this is not penalized when you do this to someone. This is ruining their life.
This conversion. Well, that's a
Well,
serious
it's
thing.
making them
Me,
feel like they can't be who they actually really are.
Well, and
That's internally horrible.
when the Trevor Project did a poll with the LGBTQ community, and people that had went through conversion therapy, 42% of them have either attempted suicide or had suicidal thoughts. 42%. You know, that's eight times more people that had not gone through conversion therapy have either attempted or have been successful at suicide. And you think about the kids just went back to school yesterday, and you think of all the pressure that they have to go through just to go through every day. And so now, when you add that type of layer onto it, look at all the stress. Can they be their authentic self? Can they possibly achieve their goals? Can they get the grades that they need to go on if they want to? You put so much pressure on a kid, and they're going to break. And breaking is what they were in business to do.
And especially in your adolescence, that's our toughest time in our life, is our adolescence.
And what kind of things happen with this conversion therapy? So, like, are you aware of what kind of things that they actually do to these poor kids?
Okay,
like, no matter how ugly, I guess.
Well, and the thing is that when Jennifer Foster, and she is the founding director for One Orlando Alliance, when we started putting this out there, you would not believe the amount of friends that I've known for 10, 15, 20 years that say, hey, you know what? I went through that. And I was like, I never knew. And some of my friends, and they're community leaders, they're successful business people, they're amazingly talented artists. And I said, I would love to hear your story. It has messed them up so bad. Even 15 or 20 years later, they're like, Eric, I can tell you, but I can't do it. I can't do it. I still feel so much guilt. I still feel so wrong, and I just feel like I haven't come back.
I guess because you're just such at a formidable age in a forming age in your life that, like, someone barking at you, was it people yelling at you, they praying over demons and crap, or like
they get inside your mind and they make you feel worthless, and they tell you that you're wrong, you're going to hell, that no one loves you, that you're not going to amount to anything.
So it's not just a damnation in your life right now; it's a damnation after you die as well.
It's forever.
Right.
You've screwed up everything.
Because of who you are,
and the intensity of that therapy, and also medications have been prescribed. Now, if you're walking around like a zombie and you're that age, are you really learning anything at school? Are you really having any a social development? Everything's been put on hold to tell you to stop right now and be somebody else that you're not.
It's horrible, that experience to me, because I have a daughter or a stepdaughter who's got drug issues, and that is the hardest thing I've ever been through. But having someone that's so repudiated and makes them think as they're coming up into this world that society hates them.
Good word.
Right,
that their God,
or that their God
them.
And their parent that's supposed to love everybody hates them. There's not a place in the on this earth for those kind of people.
Well, there's that's how they feel.
Well, the worst things happen under this religious,
them.
Spiritual righteousness, right?
And to double back on your question,
right?
That also, where's the tipping of the iceberg here? Are you doing drugs first because you're dealing with your coming out or not, or is it going the other way? And okay, this is a story that I was just told. I was handing out the invitations for our event, our kickoff event here at Stonewall
this Thursday.
5:30 to 8:30. There's going to be a short August 15th.
Okay,
it's going to be a short program between 7 and 7:30. Thank you, Stonewall, for always being a community supporter, and especially on this one.
Real.
So I was at Savoy, passing out invitations.
Love that place.
I do too.
And this person came up to me, and it was this gentleman that transitioned from a woman to a man. And very young, I would say. He's probably 21 or 22. When
that early or that young?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was and I just went to the Boone ribbon cutting ceremony for the new theater.
Right.
And a lady came up to me and said, "Thank you very much. I hear what you're doing. This is my daughter, and she's transitioning, and she's starting right now from transitioning from a woman to a man, and she's in 9th grade.
That is beautiful.
I mean, to have that family support. I mean, and that's a whole nother layer.
Because I can tell you,
What?
like at a very young age.
Yeah.
Right.
Personally,
I don't know how or why.
It's
but
like
you know.
anything. Like I knew I was straight at an early young age. You know, I'm jerking off the goddamn Sears catalog. You know, but you know what I mean. So like same as what you are when you're. It's not
You're right.
something you choose. It's something you are.
I remember going to a birthday party very young. I was in elementary school and coming home on the way home telling my mom I thought this boy was so pretty, so cute, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And she told me, that's fine, but you better not ever let your dad hear you say anything like that.
All right.
Ever.
And then...
But
that's why your mom was
you know what I mean? But that was it's like what my father what?
I said that's why your mama's boy.
Right.
Well, yeah, I love her. Yeah.
Well, and that's just it. You can tell one parent and they're okay. Maybe the other parent is not okay. And there's a lot of this, going on with this conversion therapy that is religious in the home. So the parents, actually, it's their ego. They think they're going to get eternal damnation because their kid is, born to want to be with the same gender.
Well, let me ask you this.
Ridiculous.
But when you this legislature, this ordinance that we would pass in the county, I want to be very clear that this protects minors. This is 18 and under. This is not, if somebody feels so compelled when they're an adult and they can't handle that, then I know, well,
loser.
That's sure, don't say that.
No,
but
it's a good point.
it's wow. It's
I mean,
how much are you going through on stuff like that? So,
I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, I know you didn't. But
Yeah.
Kinda.
No, maybe all the way. Okay. It's me, jury.
but the
I think that's beautiful.
Protect
the children.
Yeah.
Oh
how
my
about protect
well, the
everybody?
thing is that if
How about the pets?
a lot of times that you don't have an outlet or you don't feel safe saying anything to anybody, if you have an ordinance that protects where you can say, listen, this isn't for me, I feel like I'm being abused, this is where I feel like I'm being pushed into something I don't want to be into, then they have a way to get out. And hopefully,
awesome.
because everybody's like, wow, you guys have got an amazing team of all these nonprofits together, and they said it's this is a lot of work to take on. And I said, if we just saved one life or just one person can
make an impact,
grow
family.
into the person that they want to be and be happy, then all this is completely worth it.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. I mean, because I'll tell you a quick story from my childhood. Like, we were raised Jehovah's
He's got a fucked up
Witnesses and all
childhood.
this. So we were like, everybody's good, but everybody's bad. Anyway, I had a really good friend of mine in Saugerties, New York. His name was Jason Kalia, and I love the guy. He was gay. He tried, to be like, I feel this way for you. I was like, I just love you. You're my brother, and I didn't love him that way. But this year, I'll tell you what, man, he reconnected with me like through Facebook and everything.
You're creeping
and
me
it's
out.
just like we never missed a minute. Well, I'm saying all of that to say your family should be even more of this anchor stronghold in your life. I love you no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, and even if they're not, but
That's the thing.
and let me finish what I was saying about the person that I met at Savoy.
Yes, please.
Okay, so she was 15. Her dad said that you're going to go to summer camp, and put her in the car, and she was there for a few days, and she was like, it was pretty cool. I got along with some of the other kids, but then they put them in a room. They separated them, and they started asking questions. And the first day it wasn't so bad, but the second day it got really creepy. What are your dreams like? Do you ever touch yourself? All these things, and it kept going.
What?
And so then she was like, now I get why I'm here. And so she was like, I need a break. I need a breath of fresh air. And she went out, and she was like, now I realize why I'm fenced in. And she jumped that fence. Okay, 15 years old.
Okay.
And she ran. They caught her. And she was like, you can't touch me. I'm going home. And they said, your parents are the ones that put you here. We have their signatures, and you have to come back. And she said, I'm not. So she, at 15 years old, hitchhiked to her house. So right there, there's an opportunity to go down to what if somebody would have picked her up that was not a good person.
Right.
There you go. Well, she could have been raped. She could have been, molested, whatever. And so she went back home and said, Mom, this is what they're doing. She goes, you need to go back. And she left home.
Wow.
And she went to Zebra Coalition. Now, what if it had been just 2 years prior to that, when there was no Zebra Coalition? Where would she have gone? How hungry do you have to get before you start prostituting or you start selling drugs or something? And so now this person has made a full transition to be their authentic self, is happy, is supportive, is able to talk about it, not on a whole, but by person to person. What strength that person has.
Yeah,
So,
build your confidence. And you're exactly right.
Instead of ripping it down. Yeah.
Instead of ripping it down. We're talking with Eric Rawlings inside of Stonewall Bar, Orlando.
We got Taylor Bullock here on mic.
Taylor
Hello,
Bullock
Taylor.
hanging out.
How y'all doing?
We love Taylor.
Tommy Mott's listening in.
Well, thanks
Over
for
here right with
setting
us.
us up here. We're in a
I
cool.
love you,
We're in the
Tommy
little
Mott.
stage area. It's awesome up here. But Eric, what you always talk about with us is always so important. So the fact that it does focus on the youth who are being kind of confronted with this.
makes
You've
me
got to
really
change
sad.
or
I'm
your
gonna
life
cry.
is ruined.
Seriously.
It's a horrible prospect to
bummed
even
out.
think about. And like I was telling you, I went through a lot of indoctrination in this Jehovah's Witness thing. Most of it was good, like everybody, no matter who the color of the person is a good person. So I feel like proud that that's at my core. But at the core of these churches that rebuke children, that feel like they are admitting something, there's just nothing but shame in my mind for these kind. And they shouldn't even be getting tax-free status if they're doing this kind of irreparable harm to kids. No, I'm sorry. That's my opinion on
No,
Anyways.
and that's a whole other subject.
Yeah,
right.
But and I agree with you that if on that. But when you get a tax-free status, you can't be changing people.
So, Eric, I
Supposed to be
got
opening.
I got a question for you, man.
Sure, Jerry.
Because you know how much I love you, and I'm like, I've got tears in my eyes right now from what you've been saying. But you fight for a lot of good shit, and it's awesome. You know what? You might need to take over because no, but dude, no, but I mean, you do so much, and yeah. Seriously.
Oh
JB.
my gosh, Jerry, you're making me cry.
The Reverend is busting up in kind of a fanboy way. I love you, brother. This is why I love having this guy as my co-host.
Well, he's
Not only
absolutely
does he
right,
get,
too.
Well, you're exactly right. It is. I'm feeling a welling up right now because if what
my
we're
gosh, you
doing
guys.
here can legitimately help somebody, and what Eric does can legitimately help someone that's in this fragile chrysalis of growing up to be an adult, it makes a stronger person, a better American, a damn whatever you got to do to say, and no offense to any religion, but if you're showing your child the lack of compassion and empathy, that's not godlike in any damn religion.
Well,
no matter what.
and when we were just NPR just aired our interview with the Zebra Coalition director Heather Wilkie, who's awesome. And if you don't know what Zebra Coalition
You're
is,
right. You should talk about that.
They service 15 to Heather, if you're listening and I get this wrong, I'm sorry. From 15 to 24-year-olds, and they offer from everything from support to clothes to getting them off the streets to getting them housing to getting them jobs to making sure that they're safe tonight. And when we're talking on NPR, and it's the Friends Talking Faith, there's a rabbi, an imam, and a reverend, and they said, and this made me choke up, that there's good religion and there's bad religion.
Right.
And this is really bad religion.
Yeah.
And you're thinking
That's
when
what chokes me up,
you're getting the three of the largest.
You think you're doing right, and it's so fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst thing in the world, to
I'm
think you're
feeling
doing
the
something
pain.
good and it's really bad.
I was feeling the pain of being stuck in that situation, trying to change to be a better person, but you can't change your fucking soul.
No,
you know.
you can't.
And it's like it would just.
So it's
Terrible.
zebrayouth.org. That's their website. Zebra Coalition is a network of organizations which provide services to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and all youth
I know,
LGBTQ
Wow.
ages 13 to 14.
13 to 24?
Or 13 to 4. Sorry, 13 to 24.
Okay,
I don't know why
Put
I
your
saw
glasses
14 there.
on.
I'm like, yeah, I don't have my glasses. I'm sorry.
Also, one Orlando Alliance came out of the massacre at Pulse, and so because there were so many great organizations wanting to do good things, and things were being doubled up, and things were falling through the cracks, and so they got together after Pulse, and they said, let's pool our resources together. Let's be under one umbrella, so everybody that has a specialty can be part of the larger group, and they're all together on this. And when you look at it, I mean, we don't have enough time to go through all of them, but they have 34 different nonprofits under that One Orlando Alliance. And Orlando Youth Alliance is the oldest that Michael Slaymaker started way back in the day.
Orlando Youth Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
and it's very similar. Like, I see the coalition assist young people facing homelessness, bullying, isolation, and isolation from their families, like you were just talking about, and physical, sexual, and drug abuse with individual programs to guide them to their recovery and stability. And that's what.
Hey, so listen, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Welcome back.
Lost it. Thanks.
Hey, Jerry.
Welcome back.
Hey,
I love
Taylor.
you.
I love you too, man. I just it was just very overwhelming. So I kind of got really involved. To be stuck in a situation that your parents are trying to make you a better person, and it's just so fucked
Not
up.
a better person.
Yeah, well, yeah,
A person they
but
think
that's
you should be.
That's what I'm trying to. Yeah, you are always a better person. It doesn't. Yeah, it's. You know what I'm saying. Oh my God. So
Our end goal, if you guys on September 10th, when we met with Mayor Demings a week ago yesterday,
right.
Everybody was in the room. It was the chief of staff. It was the county attorney. It was the chief administrator. It was Equality Florida. It was all, the Reverend was there. I mean, the table was full.
Right.
And we presented, and we're, believe it or not, molding our Alachua County language for Orange County. That the Alachua, the county chairperson,
which for people that don't know is Gainesville, basically.
Right. They did a really great job of crafting it to protect and be more comprehensive than some of the other stuff that's going around in the country. And Equality Florida, and I've got to hand it to the leadership in Alachua County that they did a really good job. It's just time to bring it back here. And so we want to, our end goal, and you're going to hear a lot of this, especially after Thursday at Stonewall, that we want this on the agenda in front of the county commissioners and the mayor on the September 10th agenda.
It better be there.
It should, yeah. That's awesome. Eric, man, it's awesome what you're doing. And, and I really like, you grab important things by the balls and you fucking, you bring it to our attention, like the fucking foam shit,
Well, and I was preempted to that, but at the end of the day,
for a second,
at the end of the day, working with all different groups, with Surfrider, with Ideas for Us,
right?
And I mean, how
Eric
many
is an
years?
environmental champion.
3.5 years that we worked on that, and No Foam Zone turned into, now we have on all city property that includes Amway Arena, the Camping World Stadium, all the parks, all the events in the parks, foot races, any of the like when you look at Relax Grill or Mesa 21 or any of those ones that have leases, they cannot use plastic straws, plastic bags, or foam.
Hey,
and that goes into effect October 1st.
That's awesome.
Next month.
And
Or
no thanks to
month after
Publix, right? Let's talk about Publix for a minute. Can we talk about Publix for a minute? We're shopping,
sure, but that's going to be a whole nother story.
I hear they're planting all kinds of trees, though.
Oh, really?
I just read this whole thing.
Let's talk about Publix for a second.
Okay, I really want to stick on the conversion therapy thing, but
yes, let's do that.
Real quick,
but real quick, I will say,
don't shop.
known for his environmental work.
And we don't like to talk negative, but if we're going to talk negative,
this was happening
it
when
should
I was
be.
elected official, when I was the chairperson of the Soil and Water Conservation District and
Right.
Area 3, which
And did a
represents,
great job.
Thank you very much, and
Yes.
represented 16 different counties
Right.
at that time. That we that Publix greenwashes. So every time that you think that they're doing something great, they are, but they're also doing 3 other things that ain't so great.
Really bad.
That are really
really bad.
Well,
How about that?
It was they were against medical marijuana. They were
which is really bad.
They spent millions of dollars to just
To
to keep
anti-marijuana.
us with
Yeah.
plastic bags.
Yeah, and I
Just
mean,
so they would.
And they
have
said, but we've
plastic
sold,
bags.
we've sold so many reusable bags, and I'm like, okay, the key word is
know.
sold. You sold it. You made a profit,
Right.
You know, don't tell me those things when you buy 1 million of them. You know, they're like 39 cents, and you're charging $1.50 or whatever.
Right.
But the styrofoam in particularly, they went after me directly. That they went after.
Publix did?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
let's- yeah,
and,
yeah.
and you know,
Put your
and we and I
headphones
had
on there, Taylor.
I had all the votes. And I believe that would have passed. Now, if it would have been unanimously, I'm not sure. But
and
in
it
the
passed
city of
everywhere
Orlando-
else, right?
Oh my God, that totally makes sense to me now.
Oh, see, yeah.
And so
I'm serious.
No, Publix bought him out of,
they preempted
Let's
me
shut up
to
Eric.
the state.
Buy him out. They shut
Well,
him
no,
up.
they shut
Yeah,
him up.
I was going to say, buy me out. I not,
No, yeah.
Just
Shut
so
him
you
up.
know, all my
Well-
work, whomever's listening, all
shut
my
him up.
advocacy, I've never ever earned a dime. Not on my foundation. Oh, by the way,
And yeah,
can you
Eric.
give me my jacket right there?
Yeah, see,
I've
and this,
got a
Taylor,
little present.
Put your
for you
headphones
guys.
back on, Taylor. This is
Okay.
something.
So this is from. Okay, I started the Foundation for Florida
That's why I
Environmental
wanted to bring this
Protection.
up. The public thing.
And because we work to ban plastic straws, and we can only do it on
Right.
city property right now, but we are going to make that countywide hopefully soon.
Is this a
But-
foldable
but
straw?
yeah. So
I've
here-
got one of those that
Yeah,
Eric gave me.
yeah,
It's
okay.
actually
So,
killer.
Jerry, there's
it
one
works
for
great.
you.
Are you giving me one?
Yeah. This
Oh
is,
my
thank
God,
you for
shut up.
having me on the show, you guys.
Oh, wow.
So
Show me
you-
how to
you-
work it.
Okay, so you
Awesome.
you
Okay,
unscrew
cool.
the top. You unscrew
Yep,
the top.
okay.
Okay, so it extends
Yep.
Yeah.
like that.
wow.
And then look, it's got a little cleaning brush.
Oh,
And so you do
my
that, you do
God.
that,
Do you have
use
one for
it, you
Tommy?
put-
Tommy, do you have
I
a
gave
straw?
one for Tommy.
Tommy only
when
does
you-
shots of Jägermeister. Doesn't need a straw.
Foundation for Florida Environmental
And
Protection.
it was clean of everything except for Jägermeister.
There's only nobody.
and the
one
weird, like, citrus smell. I don't know. I think he huffs cleaner.
My straw smells like diesel.
Okay.
What's up with that?
All right. That's
I
called
think that's your finger
huffing
holding
or
your straw,
something,
but
isn't it?
Obviously, I'm a comedian, right?
yeah. Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I thought you were just barely a DJ.
People
or
laugh
something.
when I walk away.
Okay. Yeah.
He
Well, that's
finally
not good.
fucking left.
That's not
That
good.
fuck.
oh my god.
Okay. Well.
Tommy, will you give me another?
Yeah, Tommy, get Taylor another beer.
Let me
We're
go
all-
to.
We all need a drink.
Let me go to a long ass song. What was your revelation over
My
there,
revelation
Reverend?
here is
Is it
I want to
long?
thank you, Eric, for being here. You've had a
Let's do
very
that.
busy schedule this week,
Yeah.
and you fight for what's right, and you fucking
do.
you fight.
You do.
And that's what's awesome.
But I'm not alone. I mean, Jennifer and Heather and Michael and Ian and Brandon. I mean, we're there. There's a whole team of us,
Right.
Taking this on and championing it, and just let's put the pressure on the people that need to be put pressure on, and hopefully that will be on the September 10th agenda.
right on.
So.
No, keep
And
going.
now people can come here in 2 nights, Thursday night, to check
Yeah.
out what you're doing with this whole movement.
Explain
right?
what's going on
It's-
Thursday night,
Yeah,
Eric.
let's talk
Yeah.
a little about
Thank
that.
Okay,
Taylor.
it starts at 5:30, and Stonewall has been very generous to have happy hour prices from 5:30 to 8:30. I guess Tommy said that he was going to get a food truck, and we are going to have a short program from 7 to 7:30 p.m. And then we are going to have people from Equality Florida, from One Orlando Alliance. We're going to have several speakers. It's not going to be anything political. They're all 501c3s. Senator Linda Stewart, who is going to be introducing this bill
Right.
with JR.
She's
that just did
remarkable.
Yeah, she is. And so she's going to give a legislative update of how we could get this ban statewide, because what really holds us back is that we have not had the bills have been filed. It never gets a committee meeting. It never gets a vote, and it's so and
It never makes it to the.
it never makes it to the floor. So and Stonewall has been really amazing on saying.
What?
Credit here.
I said,
but Taylor and everybody at Stonewall has been incredibly supportive, not just for this particular event on Thursday, but for as long as I can remember. And when I was running for office, you guys were amazing.
Thank you.
Supportive, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
we threw a fundraiser here for Eric.
Two.
Listen, man. Two. Yeah. I believe in this guy. Eric is great.
Did you know that about
And
me?
You're
Eric?
right.
I don't think you didn't.
He's passionate. He's smart, and
he fights for the right things.
He's got the right connections
the
to
right
rally
things,
the
man.
forces
God, he
to
does.
get shit done. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
thank
what I'm
you.
saying. Is like
Yeah.
and a lot. And in closing with Mr. Eric Rawlings, what can you tell us? I saw something on Facebook. It's United Nations. Something is going on. Okay, what can you tell us about this?
Are we coming back after this song?
We're going to come back. Yeah, we're going to kind of
It's
talk a little
9:30.
more Stonewall Bar.
Oh, okay.
But
All right, well, then let me say one other thing.
Okay.
That if you go to Connect to Love, Convert to Love, and then spell that all out. That's the .org.
Don't go to Connect to Love. I just
No.
looked it up.
So CONVERTTOLOVE.
Convert to Love.
Love.
We started that petition 2 weeks ago, a little bit over 2 weeks ago, and it's almost up to 4,300 petitions signed. Jerry,
That's
remarkable.
awesome.
Hey,
it's hard to concentrate when
remarkable.
you're like.
I know.
It is, isn't it?
When I'm around.
Such a little.
It's true.
I mean, we are in
But
a
if we could
bar,
get- if
so
we could-
everybody
if-
needs
if-
to know
if
that,
we-
right?
If we could get,
If I'm not crying,
but
I'm dying.
if we could get 5,000 signatures before Thursday, so we can announce that
We don't have
at
5,000
Stonewall.
yet?
Nope, 4,300.
what?
Are you serious?
4,300.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Guys, get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so converttolove.org. Go out there and sign it right now while you're
Have you
listening
signed
to
it?
some great music.
Twice.
I will
you
do
signed
it.
Illegally.
I will
Can't
do it.
sign it twice. It won't let you.
It's Convert to Love.
What? Convert to love. Love.
Convert to love.
What's happening? Okay. Eric Rawlings, you are the master, the man, I will say, and we love everything that you push forward here in Orlando. Definitely a local legend. Much respect. Come see him Thursday night here at Stonewall Bar, Orlando. Taylor Bullock, you are a maestro
Legend.
of keeping shit together. Definitely a local legend. And I will say also, Tommy Mott, you rock. You are a local legend here. That's right. You are a local legend. And we're going to come back and talk. If Eric's still here,
I'll
come back
I'll stay.
and
I'll
hang
be
out.
happy.
All right, and we're going to talk with Tommy a little bit about some of the cool stuff that's going on here in Stonewall Bar, Orlando. Why are we echoing? Turn you off. All
I
right,
want my-
stop
I want
that.
my microphone
okay.
to do
Oh,
that.
you want yours? Hold on.
No,
Which
no.
one are you?
No, I really don't.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Pretend you're giving a speech. Here, go ahead. This is Eric Rawlings.
Hello, it's me.
President
I'm
of
here
America.
to kill all of you.
Thank you for voting me for president.
You're all gonna die.
I got all the electoral college votes.
Goodbye.
That's crazy. I sound like Fred Schneider.
All right, play some music. It's JB Rev Show.
All right. So sorry.
All right.
My bad. All
Yeah.
right. Well,
I thought I was drunk.
All right.
Is this live?
It is the JB Rev Show. We'll be right back. This is drama with Give No Fucks. We love you.
Just wait for, watch me now. Hallelujah. I think they like it now. They moving, they moving. Just wait for, watch me now. Hallelujah. I think they like it now. They moving, they moving. What you want, your invitation. But I ain't gonna give you none. But how long have you been waiting? I don't give no
That's all I got.
Hey, if you're not having a good time, I'm not having a good time. So why the fuck you listening? Get the fuck off my channel.
There you go. All right.
Exactly.
Inside of Stonewall Bar, Orlando, it is a delightful experience.
Yeah.
We've been speaking with Taylor Bullock, the owner, and Eric Rawlings, again, local
Eric
damn
Legend.
legend,
From
advocate of all stuff awesome
Yep.
here in Orlando.
So, hey, I just got to say, real quick,
The conversion.
JB?
Wait, let me finish the. Well, we just came off of this conversion therapy thing, and I just want to say real quick that some people that are actually here explained the military grade tactics they would use to try to get someone to say that they're not attracted to the same sex. So for me,
Right.
I just wanted to get that clear the air and say that is bullshit. And that is why we're here talking about this shit tonight.
Of course.
You know, amongst the fact that we're inside of Stonewall Bar, Orlando. Stonewall Bar, Orlando. Tommy Mott's been working to take the stage.
Try those
And,
again.
you know, he's really brought a lot of great stuff over here, and there's a lot of great stuff that's happening that's happening here in Stonewall, just because he's getting those open-minded people over here that are, you know, all the same kind of people that say, hey, it doesn't matter who you are, what you do.
Ba, ba,
right?
ba, ba,
We're
ba.
just over
Yeah.
here creating. No, well, that's what they're doing over here. So,
I know.
Tommy, thanks for taking us.
And-
Thanks for letting us set up. Get
Yeah.
it set up
Oh, yeah.
here.
And-
We
hey,
appreciate
anytime.
that.
And Tommy,
Anytime.
real
Glad
quick,
you're-
before
Yes,
we
buddy.
go to you, thanks for letting me finish my goddamn statement there.
Okay, now over to the
okay.
Reverend. What did you want to say?
Yeah,
I'm so
what-
sorry.
What I was trying to
I'm
say,
so sorry.
before
Battle
you
of the mouths.
rudely interrupted me there, buddy, is how much we do appreciate being here, and it's because of Tommy that we're here. And Tommy, you've done so much in this city, and we didn't cover this. I mean, we I know you've been a local legend before.
Yeah, you
And-
guys made me a local legend last
That's
time
right.
I was on the show.
Yep,
You didn't take it back, right?
No, absolutely
we have
not.
not.
There's
Okay.
no,
No,
yeah,
no,
there's
you've even
demerits.
gained more local legendy
Yeah.
stuff.
And what makes you so much more special than before is where you've gone since we've talked to you last. I mean, you've been here for over a year now, and you're really trying to incorporate like the whole, you know, everybody's welcome kind of theme.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like, you know, when we were talking to Taylor before, that, you know, that's what it should be. We shouldn't be excluding anybody. Doesn't matter who you are. And, you know, you're bringing in a lot of fucking killer talent in
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
And let's talk about where you're going with it from here.
Well, that's what it's about, really, is just bringing everybody together.
Right.
A lot of the younger kids that I've met from Space Bar, the skate shop, even that short-lived other club, Black Star.
Yep.
You know, younger LGBTQ kids, super creative, into arts, and just giving them an avenue, you know, and then
Right.
bringing their friends who inevitably are straight as well.
Right.
You know, it's a different time. Younger kids don't really care.
yeah,
They're
they don't.
very accepting.
And
So
honestly-
we're trying to have that translate into
I would
this space.
think kind of the Gen Xers don't really care either.
I would say that we do. Well, some of them do, I think.
But you know what?
You know.
But for, I mean,
You've seen some of your Gen X friends on Facebook.
but you, yeah, but, yeah.
Some of them care.
But you can also say the same thing about millennials as well. I mean,
yeah, there's
you know,
there's some of them that are fucked up too.
yeah, there's some. You can't classify any,
But-
you know,
but for the
genre
most
to
part,
be like, you know,
the tide is turning.
right, and that's a great
Inclusive, openness,
That's
love.
a great thing.
Just
thing. Right,
don't be a dick. Like, who fucking cares?
right. Don't
It's
be a
pretty
dick.
simple.
Yeah,
Pretty
I mean,
simple.
So, what's going on here? Coming up with Stonewall here.
Well, coming down the pipe next month, we're starting a new food truck night. It's going to be Stonewall Food Court, and it's going to be kind of awesome, actually.
All right.
So when you come out, it's going to be a little campy and a little themed. Of course, we'll have some really good food trucks and good food, and obviously some really good drinks. Our Friday is another thing that's really starting to bubble now.
Funhouse Fridays.
Funhouse Friday. People are starting to talk about that.
Right.
We're bringing together all the weirdos, punks, and goths, and the LGBTQ community. You know,
Right.
and straight kids. You know, back when we were doing it, when this music was first out, it was like progressive,
Right.
and gay culture has always been a huge part of that.
Huge.
huge part. People forget that, actually, I think.
I'll never forget.
I don't forget.
It's like 9/11 to me.
That's
I'll
actually how
never
Taylor and I
forget.
bonded, was over that music.
Over 9/11?
Yeah, 9/11. Never forget, bro. I'm never going to forget you interrupting so much and drinking tons of Jameson.
Hey, you know how I do.
No, but Funhouse is starting to happen, and we're bringing in all the different factions in town that play all that underground music, like
Right.
Dan.
Playing a movie this Friday?
Are we playing a movie Friday?
Are we playing the
No. That's the next Friday.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that.
There's 2 Fridays. This Friday is Rare Vision,
All right.
which is going to be our first video night.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be immersed in video on all the TVs, and then actually on this stage will be a gigantic video screen. I don't know, was it like 20 feet by 20
All right.
feet? It'll be massive, and it's going to be the rarer side of all the alternative and underground music that we play here.
Okay. So you're starting that, and then I know August 30th you got some special guests here that night.
Yeah, that's on the no, it's next not this Friday, the Friday after.
The 24th.
Family down at the wrong time.
Hey, that's the date you're talking about is is that the date with Dan?
Yeah, well,
is that the date with Dan over here?
Let's talk about Dan here for a minute. Hello, Smiling Dan. How are you?
I'm good.
All right, we got Smiling Dan sitting next with us, who is a legend in his own right. We're hoping to have him in the future as a local legend. I've only been asking him for like 2 years now.
It's been a while.
which has been great.
Welcome, Smiling Dan.
Yeah, and we're Smiling Dan. We're not going to get too much into your history because you have too much of it.
We'll
to
say
discuss
that
right
for
now.
another day.
Yes, and because we're reserving a spot for you for the local legend. Because I mean, when I first met Smiling Dan, he was working at a little place called Murmur Records. Which
that was later when Quan bought it from Don.
Yeah.
All right.
When they moved it down the street from Underground Records.
Right. So, in the event,
That's a long time ago.
yeah, it was.
I sold him my skate shop.
You did? You sold
Yes.
Quan your skate
I
shop.
sold him my skate shop, and I said, "Don't sell it. Don't fuck it up." And he sold it and fucked it up.
Way to go, Quan.
Thanks, Quan.
Yeah, Quan.
We love you, Quan.
Yeah, Quan.
Yeah, we still love it. It's okay. Sorry,
So-
I didn't mean to get in the way.
In
of
any
that.
event, we got Smiling Dan next to us. So August 30th, you got a lot going on here at Stonewall, and that's why Dan's getting involved. That's why that's why
Dan's getting involved. Nick Mariano, all the other DJs, some of the older guys we know.
Right.
Rob Bass, Mouse.
Who's the
Mouse.
girl you got coming?
Sherry Mouse.
Sherry
Mouse.
Mouse. Okay, there you go.
We have
Tampa.
actually 2 mouses.
Yeah, we have 2
I
mouses.
bet you do. I got
We
3
do.
left.
But
They're
yeah, we're
both
bringing
great.
in all the little factions from the underground scene.
Right on.
We're all dancing to the same beat, but just at different spots randomly. We kind of want this to be the little hub. Every Friday night, you're gonna be able to hang out with like-minded people,
Right.
And, listen to good music and not worry about it. And it's at a gay bar, and like I said earlier, that whole scene has been a part of that music scene since forever. So
For as
it's a
long as
natural
I can
fit.
remember.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Then really any successful club that's ever been in Orlando is evolved into, not even evolved. They started off with the whole theme of like everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter who you are.
Well, that's what the
You're
whole
cool.
90s were about, right?
Yeah, and the
rape
80s
culture
too.
kinda like
The 80s
The
were a little
late
bit later,
80s
right?
and
Yeah.
definitely the late 80s and definitely in the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could wear, be
Yeah.
goth, and you were kind of ambidextrous.
But you would go to a
Dexterous.
club and you would see drag queens, you would see go-go
Yeah,
guys, you would see straight
exactly.
people, you would see dudes in polos. You would
You
see,
know who pulled it off really well?
and they would all be dancing to the same music.
Taylor, you know who pulled it off really well that I miss very much is Peacock. Peacock was
yeah.
They really, kind of set the scene. Well, not really set the scene, but they
you
really
know what?
embraced
You know what?
it. They embraced the
You know what?
scene.
I'm gonna piggyback on what you said.
Okay.
I think what they did was they reestablished that could be done in Orlando.
Right. They embraced it.
Embraced it
Right.
because it wasn't anymore the boy band thing. It wasn't
Right.
anymore like all the shame that we had from all of that nonsense.
Yeah, it's
you
like we
know?
can all drink
And,
at the bar together.
Peacock Room was awesome.
It was
My
awesome.
band Shot and Kick Monkey played there several times.
Nice.
Shot and Kick Monkey.
Shot Kick Monkey. Yeah. It's not Pressure Kitten.
No. Well, no. It was we did like industrial sex metal.
Sex metal. Like Thrill Kill Cult?
What?
Like Thrill Kill Cult.
I would say
Industrial
better.
sex metal? Oh, but better. Wow, okay, groovy
I mean,
man.
I love Thrill Kill Cult.
Going out,
but
groovy
it's
man
like
on
two
that.
guys, right? I had Spiky Dykey, the drag king, as my drummer, and she used to pour. She was such a performer, man. She would pour fake blood all over her drums and play the drums, and then just shoot sparks over everyone. She was shirtless the whole time.
Nice.
Had a drag king bassist. I thought it was a dude, actually. I tried to sleep with him.
Oh, you tried to sleep with him.
I was the singer.
Wow.
What happened?
Surprise.
Surprise. Is
Oh,
that?
yeah, it was one of those. Whoa, oh. That's a prosthetic.
I love that. That's what I love about you, Taylor. Prosthetic.
You know what's great?
Shit.
You learn so much here.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
You just learned something yourself, didn't you?
I learn shit every day here.
Can you, yeah, it's awesome.
It
man.
is awesome. You know, you're around a whole new group of people. You know, I didn't know anyone or anything, and I'm just becoming a better human now and more tolerant of everything and understanding.
You're a daddy now.
I am a daddy, and that helps too. So then I can like. Push
Some
that
people
on
think
her,
he
you know?
is.
No, yeah, I still have people that hate me. Trust me.
No, I meant the whole daddy thing, you know.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
We're talking about a gay bar, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I meant the daddy to my daughter.
Oh, of course you did.
Of course I did.
So we're talking with Tommy Mott, Sugar Daddy of the Year. How many dollars you got now? I mean, anyways, yeah. So Taylor, Smiling Dan, I think we should kind of wrap this up tonight. What do you think about that, JB? You know, I think
Eric left.
so. I know August.
He's got to go save swans.
Jerry wants to plug the night he's gonna DJ here with Dan.
Well, and
August. What
Dan's
is it,
gonna
Dan?
do- August 30th.
August 30th.
And then you're
It's a Friday night.
And then I'm back again October 4th with Dave Canalti.
That's the day
Yeah.
after my birthday, by the way.
videos.
Ah.
We're gonna be doing videos, and
That's
it'll
right.
be fun.
All videos, and this is a great room to see videos. I mean,
And then, can I say one thing?
So basically,
Yeah, sure.
what you're saying is you're spending on my birthday party.
Hey, there
Because
you go.
October
That's
4th
awesome.
is my birthday party. Remember, we talked about this, Tommy.
I have all the notes written down on the calendar.
that's right.
One last thing I just want to plug. Can I plug my T-shirts?
Of
again
course,
one time?
yeah.
So I have
Please
my
Evolve.
first little collaboration with Please Evolve, which is my brand, coming out with a nonprofit that's out of Boston called United Planet.
Nice.
And it's a small little capsule of upcycled stuff, military stuff, some old shirts that I've not done anything with.
All right.
Very
And,
comfortable.
Very comfortable.
Super
and
soft.
it's going to be awesome, and there'll be more info on that soon. So, yeah, that's it. I got nothing except come to Stonewall, check out the food truck event next month, and Funhouse Fridays.
Tommy Mott sexy.
Tommy Mott.
So much.
Sugar.
No more tater tots. It's just sexy Mott.
Sexy Mott.
Is this that ADR? So what do they call that?
Yeah.
shit?
Over here on your left here is me with a Tommy Mott shirt. And me over here on the right side got a Please Evolve shirt.
Pre-worn.
Pre-worn.
Smells like me.
Super dirty.
Okay.
He's rubbing.
Everybody.
He's actually rubbing like.
What are you guys doing?
He's like.
You got, what is that?
He's doing
Yeah,
the
like
ASMR.
Taylor was saying, that's like that TMSR stuff or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Everybody. Whatever
where
it
the
is.
people make
Where it's
them
just
fall
like.
asleep and the little noises.
See
And
me
they just
now?
kind of.
Anyway, Stonewall Bar, Orlando.
Up
It is
in,
a great, badass establishment.
Black box
We have
with a
not-
disco ball.
We have not even been upstairs.
You haven't. I've been up here many times.
Tell us a little bit about upstairs.
There's a bar.
Hand him the mic.
Smiling Dan.
What's up upstairs? Yeah. So tell us what goes on upstairs, because it looks like a cool kind of a French
I'll
Quarter.
tell you what goes on upstairs.
Well, like a French Quarter
Yeah, it's a
porch.
French
kind of
Quarter
deal.
whorehouse
It
up
looks
there.
so cool up there. No,
Nothing-
I haven't been up there yet.
nothing
So
but
what goes on
whores
up there, Taylor?
and Frenches.
Shut up.
French
Okay,
whorehouse
so
up
upstairs,
there.
Satan.
Hold on.
What's upstairs?
By the
Taylor?
way,
I'll
one of
play
my
that
favorite
Tommy Mott
songs,
commercial
man.
again. Hold on.
Okay, so upstairs is the Sky Bar, and
Yeah.
Bar.
and it is all open air
Awesome.
all the time.
On both sides.
Up
On
in air.
both sides.
Really?
And we have
Three sides.
well, all three sides, yes.
Wow.
Thanks, Tommy, for complicating things.
Yeah,
He
one
Three of the
side.
four sides.
He keeps
So
bathrooms.
and so we can lower down curtains
Oh, right.
ish,
Blinds.
blinds ish,
Blinds.
Okay.
to protect us from the weather if we want. But other than that, we try to keep it very open. It used to be a beautiful view of the the skyline. Now it
Yeah.
looks like we're sitting next to a.
Oh, but
Soccer
you've got-
stadium.
Well, I was going to say a cruise ship, but yes.
Well,
Yeah.
it's the soccer stadium right over there.
Yeah.
Right. Which
What?
is
There's
what
a
is
soccer
that?
stadium downtown.
East of you.
What's that all about?
Yeah, there's
We're literally right next door to the soccer stadium.
Like literally throw a rock and hit the soccer stadium.
Don't
Literally.
throw things
So-
at the soccer stadium.
I
Tommy.
literally threw a bottle of fucking Beam,
He didn't.
and
He
I-
didn't.
I only hit a car in the parking lot.
Orlando Pride, Orlando
He
City
didn't.
Soccer Club. That's right next door. That's
Yeah, they're
badass.
awesome. We get we
Oh,
we
I
have,
can imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pre-game is good.
Anytime
Pre-game.
a game goes down, you guys must be popping.
and they're just great.
Yeah.
Well, what about when a Trump rally comes
You like
through?
soccer? Do you like sports, Taylor?
I like watching the boys.
Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's a good, perfect answer.
So
Thank
soccer's
you.
a great game for that because
Yeah,
they're
right.
not wearing a lot.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if you think
True.
about
I didn't think of
American
it.
sports,
It's perfect. It's so.
Love it.
I think honestly, you know
Yeah.
what is? Am I going to say this out loud? Okay.
Yeah. I
Sure.
hope
So-
so.
Do it,
I
Do it,
hope
do it,
so.
do it, do it, do it.
Do
The
it.
Pride are great. They win all the time, and
Right.
no one comes to their
yeah.
games.
Yeah, we should support the
Why
Pride
is no
more.
one supporting them? And I'm telling you why.
'Cause they're
Bad
women.
because it's a
marketing.
misogynistic
They're women.
thing, and they
Right.
should be shirtless.
Well, let me.
If they were shirtless, everyone would come. All the guys would come.
All right, the Pride.
They
going
would
shirtless.
How do you
That's
spell?
what we need.
How are you spelling
That's-
cum?
nobody-
And just so you know,
What?
Orlando Pride, I do not support this. I'm just saying, this is the way.
You encouraged
This is
my-
the way that this society thinks.
It's bad marketing
because they're not coming
I got
to
you.
It's
see
bad
you play, and you're doing an incredible job all over the place.
Bad
I-
marketing. I watched the female World Cup. I was into it.
Okay.
I watched our girls
Right?
win.
It was
I like,
amazing,
It was
right?
awesome.
Amazing.
And soccer is one of those. It's good. Women's soccer is good.
Doesn't matter.
But
On the
here's-
flip side,
but
if
listen,
the guys
here's-
were shirtless,
here's the
we
thing,
would, you would
though.
get a lot more views. too.
This isn't
I'm saying.
funny or whatever, but this is just a little
Make me
knowledge I
want to
learned
like football.
about our team.
Yeah.
We have like 3 girls that were on the World Cup
On
team.
the World Cup team.
What?
And
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
girl,
That's-
Alex
And
Morgan.
no one's even paying
Yeah.
Morgan?
attention
What
to
about
that.
Morgan?
I know.
And
That's
there was
crazy.
and the other thing is this
You're
lady
right.
from Brazil, Marta. She's like
Yeah.
the greatest female soccer player ever.
Yes, and
She's
we've
like
got
Pele.
her.
And
She's
where
the
she's on
female
our team.
Pele.
I had no idea.
Right.
I just learned all this. I'm like, oh.
So
I
why?
really
Where's
need
the
it.
support for our
Where is the
ladies?
support? I mean, they did something
We're busy.
amazing, but in the world we live today, it's so just cut
That
and
was
dry,
the
right?
point
So
I was
that-
trying to make.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is where
It's
you
so
don't want to go
gross.
to the White House. Well, you don't exist then, right? So it's like what they did was incredible, amazing, and they are right there across the street. Like you said, 3 of the
This Saturday.
Yeah, is that what's happening? Wow, dude, this
Yeah.
is a place to be. Well, we're turning you on. We want to make sure that you know about
They will not be shirtless.
Stonewall Bar, Orlando. Come in here, get a great drink. There's an upstairs Sky Bar up there. There's always great music going
Patio
on
bar.
here. Patio,
Patio
bar.
bar.
Is that what it is up there? Yeah.
Sky bar?
So it's
Yeah.
all, it feels like
Main bar.
being in the Bahamas or something. I
full
imagine.
liquor bar.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
need that in Orlando.
Yeah, you got it.
You know it.
Good music.
All right.
Underground as fuck.
Hey.
So thank you, brother.
Bands.
Thank you, brothers.
Let's
we
talk
appreciate
about-
you having us here. What do you want to talk about?
Thank you.
I want to talk about the end of the show.
Okay,
Which
I
is
got
where
a
we're coming right
song
now.
queued up.
Hey, Taylor, Tommy.
You never gave me your revelation.
Yeah, my revelation was
He's gay.
Yeah. Okay.
Not anymore. He
Nah,
prayed
I-
it away.
I prayed it away.
Seriously.
Hello.
Not
I-
gay. Seriously.
Listen, I love what-
Microaggression.
So microaggressions.
Yeah. Damn. I don't want to speak against Eric's whole conversion thing, but
That's some heavy shit.
yeah. I mean, you saw. I mean, I got really upset about that.
You never cry over nothing.
I know. I'm still
Well,
living a lie.
hard as a rock.
I think
I'm
that
still
was,
living a lie because of my conversion.
that was such a no, but it's such a serious thing the people don't realize the power of taking
wasn't funny.
a mind that's still forming the way the world works and putting
Yeah.
it through severe persecution.
Okay, so just so you
right?
know, that's exactly what every young gay person goes through.
Yeah.
Right.
Their entire life. That's what they go through on their own,
Yeah.
usually. And then to take them and put them in a situation where they're getting tortured until
Ridiculous.
they believe that they are
And
something
their
else.
families enforcing it, and it's all
it's such a psychological
coming from
torture.
the place that
Oh.
you're
That's the
supposed
thing
to be
that
a,
got me.
a
Listen,
safe space. That's
it's a-
what's
in
fucked
your
up
head
to me.
torture.
I talked to some customers here, and they told me about it a little bit, and I lost my shit. It's not
Dude,
just
you
mental.
saw me. I totally
It's
lost
not,
my shit.
It's not just mental. It's
still going on, like right now. As
Right,
we speak.
I know. That's
This is
what's
happening.
so-
It's not mental. It's
in
definitely
this county.
on the torture tip, mentally and physically.
Yeah,
and
it's just the world sucks. Basically,
I don't. And you
know,
It doesn't
sign
have
that
to.
petition and let's get.
But
that.
You
come
know
on,
what? You know
well-
what? My sisters, they have kids that are. I have a thank goodness a gay nephew. I'm like, yay! That just felt fine with it. You know, I have an in-law who's coming up, and they're like, I don't know if I like guys or girls yet. I don't know, and they're in.
Did I hear
fucking-
try my dick?
They're in middle school, but they know they have that that freedom and that option to. So these are the things we fought for. This is making me insane. That's actually that's something she can feel like they can feel like they are like
figuring it out
on their own. Like they're not being pressured into any kind of stereotype. It's
a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is,
and that's how it should be. Period.
In a perfect world.
All right.
That's the thing.
Let's go to the bar and do a shot.
Yeah. So,
Well, let's
it's
just
been a
make
great
it.
show.
In, let's just make that in a perfect family then.
All right.
So families,
Yeah.
rally around your kids, man, and listen to them.
Your friends, though, are your family, you know, and there's people that, you're exactly right. People will have experience with their family. They've been treated like shit by them, but their friends treat them more like family than their family. So it is crazy where the world could take you, and I think that what you guys are doing here at Stonewall is beautiful.
It's
I love
great.
the
Thank you for
music,
having us.
the deep swatch. We had a very important conversation, I feel, with Eric Rawlings, who really inspires me, that guy, because he is straight up fighting for the
made me
right
cry.
thing all
Doing
the time.
work.
So we appreciate the fact that this was all able to happen here at Stonewall Bar Orlando. Tommy Mott, Taylor Bullock, the Reverend over there,
Smiling Dan.
Dan
Gonna be in a future
over there.
episode.
What's up? We got to wrestle you for an in studio session over
Soon.
there soon. Okay, September. October.
Do it at Remix.
I want to get. Well, I was telling him we were playing. Remember when the Reverend used to do Under the Influence? That shit was fun as hell. And we had a story from him that we re-aired after that session. But anyway, if we can get more, maybe we'll do an Under the Influence here. There you go.
Hey, you know what?
Oh, was that
What-
the night at Little Indies?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you did,
that's
yeah.
the Little Indies night.
The
where
Kyoki?
People tell us.
Did I tell the
people
Kyoki
tell a
story?
story that's
Yeah.
close
I
to
told the
them,
Kyoki
and
story?
then
Yeah,
play
man.
a song.
I don't
or
remember
play
what I said.
Yeah, tell a story about a song, then play it. Anyway,
yeah.
there you go. All right,
Yeah,
who
that
is
was
it?
great. I would love to do that here. That's fun.
Well, we'll catch up. Go to WJBWnetworks.com. If you have any questions about who we are, what we do, that's all there. I am at Radio JB Web on the
All
Twitter.
right.
Hey,
Love you,
big
buddy.
thanks to Pocahontas, ShannonHoltArt.com, Infotainment.com, BadassSandwiches.com, Nora's Sugar Shack.
Nora's Sugar Shack.
Let's see. There's Orange Blossom Brewing. Orange Blossom Brewing.
Iron Cow?
We've added Iron Cow. I don't know. There's so many out there. Anyway, we
Yeah.
appreciate, love, and respect each other. That's what we encourage you to do. Dig this track. We'll see you next week from
All right.
live from WJBW Studios with a game show edition. We'll be
Right.
posted up live there. All right. See you.
What?
first quasi-radio web show.
Wow. Yeah.
All right, there we go. All right, so this is like our nightcap of the episode, able to just kind of solamente get a little time with Eric Rawlings one-on-one. Eric, thanks again for being here, doing what we're doing over here. In closing, though, I did want to kind of give you an opportunity to kind of, have the final say.
Okay.
So spend about 4 or 5 minutes here kind of giving us that final overview. You spoke a little about the conversion therapy, the ban, that people in Orange County are still subject to this conversion therapy. Their parents have the right for these poor young kids, if they want to get, involved in their choice of sexual preference, the parents have all the power.
Well, it's orientation, but not preference. But
orientation, okay.
And I think that's what some of the victims, which that's what they are, of child abuse that we're trying to prevent here in Orange County. And I just want to say thank you guys for taking this on and caring about this. And I mean, what people can't see is that the studio tonight is at Stonewall. This is how important it was for you guys to interview. And what makes Orlando and Orange County such an amazing place to live is the diversity. Mm-hmm. It's freedom of speech, freedom of self-expression, of everything else. And when you stifle that, and especially when you control it, then that becomes the problem.
Well, and when your mind is most fertile at that adolescent kind of stage, it's irreversible damage that is being done to these children. So I sincerely love that you're getting out in front of it saying these kids have a voice. These kids can't go through. And when Tommy was here, he did remark that some people that were here actually said, "Oh, you guys are talking about this? This is what I went through." And it was like military grade style torture almost, right?
I just had my 51st birthday
wow.
last Monday.
Oh, congrats.
And the people that I thought that I was going to be connecting with were, and I don't know for what reason that I thought this, that I didn't realize that maybe I was the oldest one that knew about this, and but this had been going on. Not only is it going on now, but it has been going on years before me. So when you have somebody that is 21 or 22 years old talking to you, and you have a 50 or a 60-year-old talking to you, and they're still going through it, or they're still dealing with it.
Right.
That's really intense.
From that experience, from their youth, where they were forced to, like, you're wrong, and it's almost like, you're a literary guy, the Scarlet Letter, right? It's like the damn Scarlet Letter the kid gets in the family or what have you.
Well, and thank you guys for taking the time, and I really want to thank Stonewall again. And a lot of the other different organizations that... Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. The other organizations...
You stepped on it.
Right.
So, sorry, I lost you guys.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Yeah.
That at the end of the day, we were all living on this planet together, and we're trying to do the best job for one another, and we've got to lift people up instead of taking them down.
Yeah.
And so on Thursday, from 5:30 to 8:30, we're going to be discussing a lot of the things that we're discussing right now, and One Orlando Alliance, and one of the Trevor Project individuals are coming down from DC. So we're gonna have a great night. So I guess in closing, what I would like to say is that, sorry, we had some audio trouble there.
Yeah, we did. Sorry, Eric.
No, that's okay. I just wanted to make sure that everybody goes on to the petition and converttolove.org, that they sign it. It would be with great gratitude that we could say on Thursday night that we just exceeded our 5,000 signatures, and
we're gonna repost that. I'm gonna do it on my Facebook page, my Facebook profile, and the JB Rev Show
Right.
Facebook page.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let me get that link. Where can people go to get that link?
You can just go to converttolove.org.
Wow. I love it.
Yeah, we have
Convert to Love.
Yeah, and we've got got
awesome.
an event page. You can invite your friends. You can go to our Facebook page. You can post your own story. We left that open because that really we need to hear everybody's story to make sure that anybody that wants to participate in this band that they have their voice and maybe they didn't a long time ago.
That's awesome. Eric, thank you so much for being part of the show tonight and for all you're doing.
Well, and too, I mean, he's also got some stuff going on up in New York. What's the thing going on real quick? Let's talk about the United Nations work that you've been kind of recently got involved with.
Well, you know, it was a happy moment, and Clayton Ferreira from Ideas for Us, he is the CEO. It is a international organization that started here in Orlando. They provide clean water for people in Uganda. They have 35 different ideas groups. Right now, the Hive meets on the first Wednesday of every month at East End Market. Free to go. They have locally sourced food. If you've heard of Fleet Farming, they're the ones that started all that. After we did the policy and procedure change about the plastic straws, the styrofoam,
Right.
and the plastic bags and the straws,
Right.
that Clayton called me and said, "Would you be interested in going as a delegate?" And I had goosebumps all over my body.
Hell
You know,
yeah.
you've got everybody has their own bucket list, and I don't know if I would even had dreamt that to do that. But so
wow, that's
it's
awesome,
so
dude.
cool. So, and it's just not a day.
Yeah.
It's 6 days up there.
Wow.
So if anybody wants to contact me,
Wow.
if anybody has
That's pretty-
ideas locally, environmentally,
Yeah.
or would like
Hey,
to be part of...
Let's talk about
That's
that for a
awesome.
second.
Yeah.
Because that theater that you're going to be going into, I mean, it really is kind of like this.
Well, that's the General Assembly.
Can
it's
you
not really
get
a theater.
us a radio
But
station?
you know what I'm saying?
Eric,
It's-
we want a radio station.
But you know what I'm saying, Eric? It's like a fucking, the room that you're going to be in.
Yeah, well, and there's going to be mostly breakout sessions, but we're not going to be in that room all the time.
But you'll still be in that room, right?
We have all area clearance.
You've only seen that in pictures before.
Yeah, well, no,
And now you're
I
gonna be in-
I only know 2 people that have ever even been to the United
Right.
Nations.
That's what I'm saying.
So, I mean,
it's a big fucking deal.
Yeah,
That's
it
what I'm
is.
trying to, emphasize.
It is.
That, yeah.
Well, and and when I go up there, and I'm going up there with several people that were past congresspersons, that part of the World Health Organization,
Right.
With a local state representative. There's going to be a whole delegation from Orlando, and that's the first time that we've had a delegation from Orlando to the United Nations.
That's
So
awesome.
That's pretty incredible.
And you're part of it.
Yeah, I was invited.
So,
and,
yeah.
Clayton Ferreira was really the one, and Chris Castro is the one that started it,
Remarkable.
that started the Ideas for Us in his dorm room when he was going to UCF, and now he's the director of sustainability in the mayor's office for the city. So, yeah, and
Wow.
we've all known each other for a while. Many years in some cases, and it's a privilege and honor, and I'm very humbled by it.
Congratulations, Eric.
And
That's
without
like-
question.
It's nice to see you doing.
I'm serious. So what was that website again?
You mean the?
I just signed the petition
All right,
myself.
great.
It
Okay.
took me to change.org somehow. But
Right,
what was
right.
the
That is-
URL
well,
you gave?
we chose change.org because they don't flood you with a bunch of commercials.
right.
So,
But what is it?
It's Convert to Love.
Convert
to love.
lov.org.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Right.
it. And I went
That's
there
it.
and I signed up and I signed the petition.
Thank
so
you.
It's that
It's
simple.
really
If you have a
easy.
smartphone,
It really
you can
is.
do it on your
Yep.
smartphone.
Just do it real simple.
Or if you're like me, you have to go to the library
Go do
and
it.
log into
Okay.
a computer.
Yeah. He's on
Oh, here we
and
go.
then,
several watch lists. He cannot look up
my God.
grandma.
I'm not even able to have
grandma
a
cooking.
smartphone.
All right, we're not
and
gonna go
nothing
down this
related
rabbit hole again,
to
are we?
nothing- No,
I have a flip phone
Eric. Yeah,
that I can.
We
It'll
don't
take
wanna-
me 10 minutes to section low.
We don't want to bring you down with our with our
You know I'm kidding.
raunchy humor.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah.
you are doing great things. Don't let us stop you. Hey, what's up, Raven?
Yeah.
No, are you
what's up,
kidding?
brother?
You guys are supporting and
well,
lifting
we love,
this up.
We love what
Of
you're
course.
doing. And again,
Eric,
I still think at some point, to me, to a degree, you do have a Billy Maines vibe. You do have a Orlando Buddy Dyer kind of a vibe, and I would love to see you. No, I'm serious. I would love to see you. I think you got some awesome shit ahead of you. So I'm just glad to be associated with you. We want to encourage people, go to Convert, TOLOV.org.
Yeah.
Sign
Right.
that petition
Sign
so
it.
that these young folks don't have to go through this persecution just based on the way that they came into this world. And
So fucked up.
So at any rate, my love and respect to everything you guys
Me
do.
too,
Anything
Eric.
else?
Thank
Stonewall
you.
Bar, you've had great memories here. This is a great memory for us tonight, so we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thank
anything
you guys so
in
much.
closing you want to add?
Just another reminder: show up here on Thursday. They're
There you
doing
go.
happy hour prices from 5:30 to 8:30, and they're gonna we're gonna have at least 8 speakers back to back. A couple of the survivors. If you are a survivor and you need help,
Yeah.
you can call a Zebra Coalition or anybody else. I'll give you my cell phone number:
Awesome.
407.
Wow.
256-2470. So call me, and I will point you in the right direction.
You are so for real. I love you, dude.
I love you too.
You're fucking awesome. Yeah, thank you, Eric.
We're
Thank
all
you,
in this
brother.
together,
All right,
my
we're
friend.
gonna
Yeah, we are.
bust out a little bit of Jimmy Jams. We are inside of Stonewall
Thank you,
Bar,
Eric.
Orlando. We are leaving this time. There's no PS. We'll see you on the next thing we do. That's game show edition from WJBW
Word.
Studios next week, Tuesday night. Enjoy us there. Sonic Graffiti's gonna call
That's
us
right.
next week. That's
Jamie
a badass
Rev show. That's
I love
right.
you, buddy. All right, see
All
you
right.
next week.
Bye-bye.
When I see the beams of those watching lights, I know every single thing.
WJBW, Orlando, Florida. The first quasi-radio web show.
Wow. Yeah.